Hello Internet, welcome back to the Fast Travel Lounge. You're listening to episode 20. Boys, we made it. The big 2-0. One more episode and then legally we can drink, if we're in America, which of course we're not. I am Patrick, I am joined by Saif, Steve, and Josh. That's right, gang's all here. Say hi everyone.
Hey everyone.
Hi everyone.
I am recording this after just getting off a flight. Quick question for the group. Favorite airline snack? I'll go first. AirNZ does cookie time, and normally cookie time's a bit take it or leave it, I found, but some absolute mad lad in the cooking department at cookie time went, let's just go back to the old kind of like soft cookie type recipe, and man, I've missed it. So much better than the kind of like, I don't know, canteen 50 cent, like the hard break, like crumbly cookie that they used to run.
So you're talking like Subway cookie soft, like.
What the fuck is a cookie time?
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain what cookie time is? Because that's not a brand over here as far as I know.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Picture a cookie, right? And now think it's cookie time. That's it. Marketing done.
Yeah,
literally, that's it.
I am all on board for this marketing strategy.
I do recall this particular brand when I was traveling in New Zealand.
Yeah, so do I actually. Did we stop one when we got there? I don't think we did.
Oh, we have a similar sort of Cookie Monster-ish thing over here, but it's not this one.
It's just slightly.
No.
It's
ours
legally
is for
definitionally different enough, right?
Ours is for noodles.
Oh, you're talking about the Mammy Monster.
Oh
Yeah.
Imagine it, yeah.
Wow.
But no one on an airplane domestically in New Zealand goes, boy, I can't wait for noodle time. Like, what the hell is that?
Oh no, I think I could go for some noodles while 10,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, some nice turbulent hot water in a cup on your lap.
All right, here's the real question,
what could possibly go wrong?
Did you guys in high school ever eat those just packet noodles, just like raw, just really raw?
Yeah,
noodles?
absolutely.
That was a show of strength amongst my group.
The mammy ones, yes, but not like Maggi or anything.
I'd eat any of those like that. The Maggi noodles doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you'd pour the seasoning over it.
Yeah.
The Maggi seasoning is too strong for that, I think.
Just don't be a bitch. Like
you get to the end of it, and you quickly put it in your mouth, and then that's your salt content for the week done.
for the month, probably.
Then you have to do it tomorrow.
There was a great story that a mate of mine shared when we all went through uni in Dunedin, where everyone very hungover on a Sunday morning. He was walking down one of the main student streets in Dunedin, just with like I think it was 2 packs. He just went for a walk with 2 packs of instant noodles in his pocket, and just broke off bits of the noodle cake and just handed it to hungover people in their front yards.
That's amazing.
It was a real like noodle fairy type moment.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Exactly.
You want to hear of like a noodle fairy moment, actually? So this is a weird story, really off topic, but I'll tell it anyway. So I was out clubbing with people that, clubbing. Like it was like basically a fancy bar one night after work. And it was like 3 a.m. and we were really, really drunk. And for some reason, this random bar, which I never found out the name of because we were floating between a few, at 3 a.m. when everything was closing down in Sydney, they gave everyone like a styrofoam cup of chicken noodles, like boiling water to drunk people. Said, here you go, guys, eat this. Now get out. And we were just like, it's just a flood of people, like 50 people just walking outside holding this like these little cups of like chicken noodles going, I don't know why I have this. And I still don't know why to this day they thought that was a good idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to react to that.
I know, it's just really strange.
Yeah.
By the way, Patrick, to actually go back to your question and answer it, I don't actually think there's a favorite airline snack for me because I've only caught the plane once in my adult life, and that was an hour trip to Melbourne, so there was actually no need for a snack break.
Bro, what do you mean? I just flew Wellington to Auckland, where it's a 45-minute flight time, and you get a cookie. Or Mexicano corn chip bag.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got almonds or something when I flew up to like a very short flight.
Damn, my airline must have sucked. We got nothing.
Yeah, New Zealand's like the top, like the Qantas of New Zealand.
Yeah, that was so good, actually. New Zealand flight.
Which is funny because we use Qantas to determine something that's shit. We would say that Jetstar is the Qantas of New Zealand.
Oh, Jesus. Well, to answer your question from my point of view, I'm just going to flex on everybody real hard. So when I was flying from, I think it was like Zurich to Berlin, in the before times, I was flying Swiss Air, and they give you like a big Swiss chocolate bar.
What? That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like that, like Swiss chocolate. Mwah.
Like a full-on king-sized family pack Toblerone, or
No, like it was like a bigger than a Kit Kat, like probably like Mars bar size, like the
so
Willy
like a
Wonka
kit
chocolate.
dog.
A milky cat, if you would.
Yeah, right.
When I was flying to the US, because I had to like order the vegan meal, mine came like later than everyone else's. And they gave me this like weird dessert that was like, it was like, I don't know how to describe it other than like a pumpkin souffle kind of thing. And it was really, really good. I don't know what it was, but it was amazing.
Was it pumpkin pie?
Might have been pumpkin pie, but it was in like one of those like hot dishes, like really, really hot, but it tasted like pumpkin and it was like fluffy. I don't know what it was, but it was amazing.
Probably pumpkin pie.
Maybe, I don't know. It wasn't pie shaped. There wasn't crust or anything.
No, because over there pies are a dessert thing, not like a actual. What was the word we used for when we were talking about meat pies? Like savory.
Savory pies.
Yeah, then they're not like savory pies over there, like we have with meat pies.
Their pies have crust and stuff, though. Like this didn't
Not
have
always.
crust.
Not always on the
Not
top.
always.
It might have been pumpkin pie then, but it was good.
Wild.
I mean, hardly a snack, so you're disqualified and it doesn't count. But yeah, thank you all for the discussion. Moving to the conversations of real men. Josh, how's your Samsung phone?
Oh, so actually, I forgot about this. So my fold broke after saying, no, like you guys all got the flips and they're all breaking.
All fine. So what flavor shake did you get from Krispy Kreme afterwards?
So
the important question.
Let's just skip the fluff.
No, I went down on my lunch break to pick up the phone, so I didn't have time for such luxuries, unfortunately.
You make time, man.
Story over. Josh, you've been away for multiple weeks, and you come back, and that's the story you give.
Well, I got a new phone, and it's not the Samsung one, and it works, so 10 out of 10. It's just not a fold or a flip.
What phone is it?
It's the S22 Ultra.
Oh, hey, that's nearly like the episode
that I wanted.
That's nearly like the episode in that thing.
Come back and tell that story in 2 episodes. Reveal that 2 episodes from now. That would be great.
All right, well, cut it out and put it back in.
Hindsight is 2020, right? Just like this episode.
Can't wait to just rerun this entire segment in 2 episodes.
I love when you guys make editing jokes and realize that I'm the one that has to edit, not you guys.
Yeah, it's easy.
That's why we make the jokes.
Yeah, we leave the jokes in there so that when you're editing, you go, ha ha ha, I like this. This was funny.
Yeah, otherwise, if I have to edit and I listen to myself being funny, I think, man, I was way funnier at that moment in time than I am currently, and then I get sad.
Thanks for
the support, guys. Just fucking silence. All right, cool.
Take the hint.
Any other tech related news we want to share?
I don't have a tech related thing, but I do have heresy to bring into this podcast.
God, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, but I need to know.
I kind of do, but it's like a sickened interest.
So I don't have a Krispy Kreme story. I have a Donut King story.
Big fella, I'm begging you, please don't say this.
All right, we're gonna have to bleep that out. That's gonna demonetize this podcast, bud.
So that's
coming directly out of your pay.
Yeah,
you guys get paid?
Yeah,
not yet.
Let's pretend.
We get paid in Krispy Kreme donuts, not Donut King donuts.
No, we're not getting paid in Krispy Kreme donuts yet, which is why it's still safe to do this, because Donut King is looking to step onto this turf.
We're holding out.
Are you treating your body like a turf war between 2 competing donut brands?
Yes.
You harlot.
Am I not meant to?
You got to get that donutty.
Actually, I have a question. Like, continue your story first, because I have a
fully
question.
Demonetized. Anyway, run the heresy story. Then Josh gets his question. Man, this is already off the rails. We haven't even got to run the lounge.
Okay, so over at Donut King at the moment, they've got this promotion that's supposed to be going on where they have PlayStation themed donuts, where all the donuts are shaped as the PlayStation symbols. And I was like, you know what? For the podcast, I'm going to give these a try, and I'll also get a flake shake along with them because might as well go
shake. Wow, man, whoever fucking invented that is such a good lyrical genius. Was that Eminem that came up with that name?
It was such a gigabrained thing to just create. But for the people that are uninformed, a flake shake is a chocolate milkshake, but they crumble up a flake into it. It is so much chocolate, but so good.
I love that your idea of explaining this to the uninformed is people that will know what a flake is, but not what the shake part was.
To be fair, a Cadbury flake is pretty worldwide.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Cadbury's pretty worldwide from what I know.
I mean, sample size of 4, we all know where it is, so if you don't, you're missing out.
3 Australians and a New Zealander. Yep, no, that's it.
But you also have to specify that it's in a chocolate milkshake so that people know, it's all chocolate. So
did they shake it up for you, or did you have to shake it up once you got it?
No, see, I like...
Saif just bought a chocolate milkshake, pulled out his own flake, crumbled it up into the top, and said, "The boys aren't going to believe this."
Wait till I know how I've been saving money this entire time.
At which point, the nice girl behind the till says, "Excuse me, sir, you have to leave."
But find out why 9 out of 10 dentists hate him.
But yeah, I started this story by saying apparently this promotion is going on because my local Donut King is not currently running that promotion, so I didn't get those donuts. I ended up just getting a strawberry donut to go along with my flake shake.
A fucking strawberry donut. Come on, big fella. Every week you say these inflammatory comments.
Oh no, it's. I think this one gets NZ's seal of approval on the old strawberry donut.
Strawberry donuts are pretty good.
Yeah,
can't complain.
My bigger question is, if you have donuts in the shape of PlayStation symbols, the circle symbol I can get behind.
It's
that's
just a
kind
donut.
of donut shaped. Yeah. What the fuck's a cross donut?
It's just
Yeah, there's not going to be a hole in that, is it?
yeah, no, there's no hole in it.
It's got like 4 holes on the other side. It's like a reverse circle.
It's like if you took 2 donut sticks and pasted them together.
Yeah, reverse circle. That's what I'm saying.
So my question, right?
Reverse circle.
My question
A
is,
revercle.
where are the Xbox donuts, and will I be able to get one on Game Pass?
They're coming with the Xbox fridge, I reckon.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. There's a tech story. I ordered the Xbox fridge. Hell yeah.
I think I already said it last week.
Josh, what was your actual question after the heretical story from Saif?
That was my question, the Xbox donuts.
Oh.
I didn't say it was a good one.
Fuck, that was underwhelming. What was
like
that? I feel like you also messaged us saying that you really want to discuss something.
Yes. Okay. So did you guys ever
well
watch The Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
Yes.
I know where you're going. I've read the story. This is good.
I don't know this story that you're talking about, but I was sitting there earlier this week, right? And I was just thinking, my mind being insane like it usually is, and I was like, if Fairly Odd Parents was still running in this day, would Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, do a Doug
Thank you for using his full
in his
name.
dog's day? You made me fucking up. Damn it, Patrick. Would he do a Dimmadab in his Dugsdale Dimmadome?
I'm about to dox you for making that joke.
Now I want to hear this story that Stephen was talking about. Although I'm convinced that he would do a Dimmadab, and all week my head's just been going like Dimmadab, and I've just been walking around the house doing something and going, oh, dog Dimmadab, and dabbing, and I hate myself for it.
Now I'm just thinking of that YouTube poop where it's just Timmy trying to say Doug Dimmadome's full name and then Doug going, not right, and then just saying a bunch of random nonsense.
That's such an amazing YouTube poop.
It's top. It's top. Anyway, so Steve, we have to ask, what Fairly Odd Parents story did you think this was?
I don't know.
You just wanted to fit in.
Were you reading fan fiction again?
No, I thought I saw a funny meme about the creator, and he did. Fuck, now I don't know. Come back to me.
We'll ask you next week.
Yeah. Well, can't wait for you to discuss that in your week next week.
I can't wait for you to create a story that no one can validate isn't true and then bring it onto the podcast.
True.
We do not talk about Butch Hartman, though. He is a bad man.
Is he? What do you do?
Yeah.
Quite a few things. Like,
should I just go to the controversies page on his Wikipedia?
Yeah, basically.
Mad.
He obviously played Smash Brothers professionally.
Steve,
I
what do you
don't think
mean?
it's that bad.
His controversies has its own Wikipedia page.
Doesn't have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I think I saw a funny meme about him doing something, and I got all confused. Now I'm all turned around. Never mind. Play on. Let's just move this segment along. I'm embarrassed now.
Yep. And moving the segment along, we shall. Thank you for that, Steve. We'll move into Round the Lounge for this week after probably what would be considered a return to form with how long we spent on the intro, but
it was important
certainly
stuff.
Longer than so certainly a lot longer than some of the more recent episodes. But Saif, what have you been up to this week?
I played and finished Ace Attorney 2, and it is a fantastic game. Is it better than the first one? Wait till I talk about it later.
Saif, we've discussed this. You can't cliffhanger your own section in the same episode.
But I wanna.
It doesn't work. All right, cool. Looking forward to that. Steve, what about you?
I've been playing this little-known indie game, Elden Ring, I think it's called. Yeah.
Did you answer?
Long.
Well, if you've been playing it, it would be Elden Rung.
Well, it's Elden Ringing
past
at the moment.
tense.
It's Elden Ringing
okay, right. So you're still playing it. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And that's pretty good. I'll probably touch it a little bit on The Last of Us Part 2 because I'm playing that, and there's really bad glare in my house. Well, the area in the living room where I play video games. So it literally like between the hours of like 2 and 5, it literally is impossible to play video games when the sun's outside, which is like really good for having like natural lighting in the house, but it's fucking atrocious if you just want to sit down and play video games.
Nearby some blackout curtains, mate.
Look, maybe the natural lighting situation in my house isn't for me to control based on the
It's much cheaper
whims.
just to get blackout drunk between the hours of 2 and 5, but
Or
you
just
can get
go-
curtains if you want.
Alternatively,
Just wear sunglasses inside.
alternatively,
Only douchebags do that. There's only two
I bet-
people that can do that, and their names are Johnny Cage and Mike the Miz Mizanin.
I don't know who that second person is, but hang
No,
on, let me
me
just take off my
either.
sunnies. But so I've started
I
playing.
do, and I don't know if that's better or not.
I'm glad one person knows.
I'm so conflicted.
So now
Sorry, Steve.
I've been playing this ukulele spin-off, Ukulele and the Impossible Lair, because that's got like really bright colors and it's not a victim of.
It just really holds his attention with the bright colors, you know.
Well, it's like when it's got glare on and it's a reflection of me, so I'm watching myself play video games and watching myself like sort of squint at the dark parts, and it's like, oh, whoop, I've died again because I couldn't see them because it's too fucking dark. But yeah, that's a
It's the worst when that happens with your DS and you just see your double chin looking down at the DS screen.
yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, only double. No.
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, especially when you got the
Well,
neck
it's a
beard
single,
going
but
on.
you see it in the 3DS's fantastic dual camera technology, so it is double.
Would it be
I can't
triple
wait
then,
for
'cause
the
it's-
glare-free Steam Deck, so I don't have that problem.
Is a Steam Deck glare free?
There's one that comes.
Well, you
with,
get
like, a
glares from all the
coating.
people that don't have one.
Yeah.
So the entire country of Australia, because we couldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Collective
Big sad.
Australian glare.
So should we stop derailing Steven's game?
No,
Yeah, no, I
this
figured
is great.
Steven
Now I
stopped
know what
talking.
it feels like to be on this side of the derailing.
See, it's fun, isn't it, Seth? You encourage this.
Yeah, exactly. I
all
won't be a
aboard the
fan when it
derailment
happens to me
train.
in 5 minutes.
Don't worry, we'll get you on the flip side, big fella.
I bet
But
you
yeah,
missed me
that's
derailing everything.
that's me. What about you, Josh?
Cool.
What have you been getting up to?
What about? what have I been
Excuse,
up to?
excuse
Yeah.
me, Steve. What about you, Josh? What have you been up to?
Oh, sorry. Yes. So, Steve. Yeah. I've really kind of just been working. I've been playing a little bit of Diablo because the new season came out. I've been playing a game on my phone in between work. That's
Ooh, phone
pretty
games.
much it. I don't really have anything to talk about. I can talk a little bit about Naruto that I finally finished though.
Finally
guess
the
I can join
Naruto
in on the
spoiler
Elden Ring
cast.
discussion.
Oh, great. That
Oh,
is
no,
it.
Are we going to make that its own separate video that Josh has to edit?
Oh gosh,
We
it'll
can
happen,
try.
guys. Eventually.
What about you, Pat? What have
Do
you
you
been
want to
up
hear the spoiler cast? Let us know.
Send in $5.
Send us
Yeah,
fan
not
mail.
the plug I
Good
wanted
time.
to make, but the plug I felt compelled to. You also finished Pokemon, didn't you, Josh?
Oh yeah, I finished Pokemon Black as well, so we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. Well, there's so many random little pieces for this week. Why don't we start with the bright colors, happy fun time ukulele from Steve?
Alrighty then. So I don't know exactly where to start with this. So I'm just going to rant for about 10 minutes and you guys can just tell me to shut the fuck up or let me go.
Can
and
we
that's
do
your
that
business.
now, or do you want us to let you start first?
Let me start first. It's funnier if you interrupt.
Yeah, true. Think of the content.
So Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is a spin-off platformer, like a 2D platformer.
I'm
On
going
the
to
make-
interrupt already. How's it a spin-off?
fine.
Is it like...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a sequel.
What makes it a spin-off? Is it a sequel? I thought it was a sequel.
It is a sequel, but like it deviates as much from like the original core gameplay that I classified as like a spin-off. Maybe spin-off sequel is...
To
the
be
right
fair,
word.
Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, and that's deviates the gameplay a shit ton, and it was on a different platform.
So you're not
Look-
playing as a different character or anything. You're still playing as Ukulele.
Yeah, well, Yooka and Laylee,
Okay.
you play as too.
Alright.
But I don't think we should be comparing it to Kingdom Hearts, so it doesn't sit right.
You're
Okay, so this sequel to the original Ukulele game is like a 2D platformer that has like a 2.5D hub world type of area where you solve sort of puzzles to get to the next world, and that's like really interesting. And essentially, what you're trying to do is Capital B, which is the bad guy from the first game, has set up this. It's essentially taking all the bees from, I think her name's like Madam Honeybee or the good bee, the queen bee, if you would.
Stephen, could you tell me what animal capital B is?
Oh, he's like a bumblebee.
Thank you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like puns and shit that it makes it very funny, but
Does he have his own movie?
no. He's got a B movie. Fuck, that's the
you
joke.
literally handed it.
I've dropped it. I thought you meant like a capital movie, and I'm like, I got capital punishment or something. No, it wasn't. So you've got to go and collect a bunch of bumblebees from all the different worlds to sort of help you get through the impossible lair that Capital B is set up, because he's setting up this laser to kill everybody or whatever. And
Now I want to interject here. Steve, you said you have to collect those bees. I would like to make it known that you do not have to actually get the bees. You can just do the final level. And it's incredibly hard, but you can beat the game without playing any single level.
That is true. So the impossible lair works.
Ukulele.
So the impossible lair works off like the impossible lair as a level within Ukulele, and the impossible lair exists in a way that you can do it, but the bees you collect from the levels essentially allow you to take like one hit of damage. So the idea is, I think there's 60, 70 bees or something. And if you collect like all of them, therefore like you've literally got like 70 hits you can take on that impossible lair level and just bulldoze it, and that's it. It is quite hard. I did try to do it with the 10 or so I've got, the 10 bees or so I've got, and it fucking like pumped me pretty far into it. Like it tells you like a percentage of how far you've gone through it, and I've gotten like 20% or something into it, which is...
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but as soon as I picked this up, I realized that I fucking hate platformers.
Yeah, that is the platformer experience for most people, just not Saif.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I love platformers. Except for the post game of Crash Bandicoot 4. Fuck that. That was way too long and way too difficult.
I don't know. It was entertaining to watch, though.
Yeah, well, it wasn't entertaining to play.
No, it was funny to watch you fail. Like to be accurate.
But anyway, I haven't played Crash Bandicoot 4. But anyway, so I think that I like some platformers like Sonic, and I do enjoy 3D platformers like Mario Galaxy and Mario Odyssey and
Kirby Forgotten Land. Yep.
I haven't played that.
Oh, I can talk about Kirby actually.
You played the demo.
Yeah, I did play the demo. Fair point. But isn't everything a 3D platform when you think about it?
We're not doing this RPG argument again. Especially when there's 2D games that exist. Like
that's true. Don't we exist in a 3D platforming world? Yeah. But anyway, so I don't really like them because it feels like you've got to get the timing just right. Or I always feel like there's a need to sort of, if you're not moving, you're sort of missing out on the experience. I'll say that, but at the same time, I'll say that I really enjoyed like the old Sonic games back in the day. I think it was Rayman Origins. I really enjoyed that. Was like fantastic, and I see that as like the pit, like knowing that I haven't played every single platformer in existence, and I think I've only played like a handful anyway. Rayman Origins is like has set the standard of 2D platformers for me, which
You're not wrong. Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends are kind of peak content for 2D platformers.
They were very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've played Rayman Legends as well for a bit. That was pretty good. But this one, it's good. It isn't great. Like some of the levels feel very sluggish. It feels like if you time it a little bit off, like you might be a bit behind, or you might like miss a jump, and then you have to like go back and like sort of run back up and get it, and it sort of breaks the pacing. The levels are pretty short, which is sort of driving me a bit more towards liking it than I originally thought. But that's probably okay. And most levels have like you do the first, like you do the level, and then there's an external factor, like you turn a tap on in the hub world and the world floods, and then you've got like a different level. Or
I love when they do shit like that.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And there's one that like you fix this this machine, and the machine lets out like literally infinite enemies into the level, and you got to do the level again, but it's like there's enemies everywhere, and that was like pretty interesting and pretty cool. And there are sort of I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Yooka-Laylee, but there was a tonic system in Yooka-Laylee where you could use these tonics and it would change the gameplay a bit, like as if it would like make everything black and white, or it would give you a triple jump, or it would give you like temporary invincibility.
Yeah, like toggleable cheat codes, basically.
Essentially, yeah, and they sort of, you do have to pay, like I think they're feathers in this game, and in the last game, and they're sort of expensive, and these do return here, but they exist in a way that you can equip up to a maximum of 3 of them, and they impact the amount of feathers, which is essentially coins, that you'll get at the end of the level. Like it affects like a multiplier. And like it's sort of weird if you've got like, you can have like essentially it gives you like a triple jump. It gives you pretty much as soon as you get hit by an enemy, you get like an extra like 10 seconds of invulnerability and other things. You can get it down to like 0.1 of a multiplayer, which is no point. But yeah, and it's I get the sense that I'm sort of ranting because it's a game that I don't really like.
I was about to ask you, is it better than the first one? Because I played the first one and turned it off. Like, I really didn't like it.
Looking back, the first one's because I borderline 100%ed it. The first one, I really enjoyed it. It just, you could cut out half the game and it would be really good. It just goes on for too long. And this one, I feel, is going to be exactly the same thing because I'm already like 6 or so hours into it, and the levels are pretty much, I wouldn't call them the same, but it's like they're similar in enough. Like, okay, I sort of notice it, what's going on.
Okay.
The music in the levels is, some of it's good, some of it's like, this music track doesn't suit at all. Why'd you pick it? Like, there's this underground level, and you've got like forest music playing in it and wind chimes, and it like wigs me out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't pick the right music here as well. And
do you know if it's Grant Kirkhope on the OST again? I imagine it is.
I thought it was, but don't fact check me on that. I thought it was. It does sort of have some of the same elements of the soundtrack in total, but it's the individual stage soundtrack, if that makes sense, that don't suit.
Okay, so yeah, Grant Kirkhope is still on board, but I also got David Wise in there, and someone named Matt Griffin, who I'm not familiar with.
Well, he's probably put all the wrong fucking stage names in there, so get him out of there. Yellow card. Anyway. I'm enjoying it much more than I thought I would. Realistically, I'm not going to go for the 100% collect all the Bumblebee thing. I might get 20 or so, see if I can beat the Impossible Lair, probably get a couple of achievements, and that's it. An interesting thing to note as well, I think it's still on Game Pass, but like, you literally look at the achievements and look at like the unlock percentage, and it's like, get your first Bumblebee, and that's at like 50%, and the next achievement is like 5 Bumblebees, and it's at like 5%.
Yeah, it's
so there's probably a very big like
game.
I don't like this game. I'm putting it down now.
There's people that loaded it up, tried the Impossible Lair, and then quit because only 50% of people got the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's people that jump in there, they grab one Bumblebee, then they just go and finish the game.
Yeah, I'll probably have to look at the achievement stats for finishing the Impossible Lair as well. Get back to you. Because that's probably really low as well.
If it's like literally 50%, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, I'll report in next week for that. But yeah, like, it's okay. Literally, that's the only thing I'll have to say about it. Like, it's okay. It's a 5 out of 10 at best.
So 5 out of 10. All right, yeah.
Well, I'll come back to it after I play a bit more, but I honestly don't see myself playing it for that much longer.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you for that, Steve. Josh, Pokemon, how's it been?
So I finished it about sort of 2 weeks back, and I started to do the post game. I guess I can start with the overall impressions of the actual game. Like, as a Pokemon game, it was pretty good. There was a lot of sort of stuff I echoed, right? Where
we won, Steve. We got him to admit it's not shit.
We got him. I knew it. I knew he'd fucking like it if he played it.
So, no, it's not that it's not shit.
You just said it was great.
No, I didn't say it was great. I said it was good. But like, so the world building.
It's good.
Itself
we got him. We got him, boys. It's good.
Oh my god. No, the world building was good. Everything was very filled out. Like, it felt intentionally done. It's just, I didn't really like the game. It was okay. All of the gyms were very forgettable to me. There wasn't a challenge in any of the game at all ever.
It's a kids game. Pokemon's a kids game. It's not.
Yeah, but like some of the older games, like, actually had some difficulty and some spikes. This when you get to the post game, there's like everything suddenly 20 levels higher than you, and that's about as difficult as it gets. And I was still able to do it with level 50 mons. But like, yeah, as a story game that they tried to make it out to be, it was really subpar. Like, I really didn't care for the story at all.
I'll get him out of here. He's done.
Yeah.
Josh, do you still have COVID?
No, no, but I mean, maybe I could be.
Yeah, we can swear your taste is gone.
You have no. Yeah, you have no taste. So I'm just wondering if you're still testing positive.
Just a bit worried, man.
No,
he's suffering from long COVID.
Right. Well, that was my thoughts on the game anyway.
Team check. Who was your final team?
Good question. I wish I could tell you off the top of my head. I didn't bring that with me, but I had. I know I had. Oh god, who did I have? This is how forgettable the game was.
I struggle to remember any of the teams that I've had.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember this one.
Are you glad? Like, more seriously, are you glad that you've actually played it though? Because that was was that the only gen that you haven't played between 1 and what are we at? 8?
8.
Yeah. So I played Gen 5, but not Black and White. Like, not the actual Gen 5 games. I played like the Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Those are Gen
So
4.
I need to-
That's Gen 4.
That's Gen 4.
Are they Gen
my
4?
Yeah, they're Gen 4.
Gee, what was Gen 5's? Oh,
Black
they
and
were
White and
Omega,
then Black and White 2.
Black and White 2 were the other ones, and then
Yep.
Omega Ruby was like 6. So yeah, I'd
Gen
never played
6.
any of the Gen 5 games. I still haven't played Black and White 2, and I probably will, but I don't think I'll enjoy it if it's more of the same. People keep telling me it's better though, so maybe I'll enjoy it. But I'm
Fair
glad
enough.
I did it. Yeah.
Don't really know as much else we can.
Yeah,
Any
I-
other final?
I do
comments, or-
a quick one.
yeah,
Ranking check, Josh. Where does it rank? What's the
On Pokemon games,
Don't
no,
do
I
this.
just this. No, I don't want this. I just don't want this to devolve. I'd want sort of on a scale. Where does this sit? Is it in the
Don't
higher
give him
tier
a
or the
platform
lower
to
tier?
say that it's the bottom of the tier.
Well, we're just gonna
So
go for it
I can
anyway.
tell you exactly
You're
where
about
I'll
to
tier
receive
it.
an answer that you're not going to like, Steve.
Yeah, I know. So, Ultra Sun and Moon are the worst games. Sun
Okay,
and Moon
good.
are the second
At
worst
least
games.
it's not right at the bottom.
And then Black and White is above Sun and Moon. But that's where it sits for me. So third from the bottom.
Not surprised.
Disagreeable,
No, me
but I still want to finish Black and White properly. Like I haven't had a chance to play it since the last time I talked about it, so I'll get back to it eventually, and then I can refute
Cool.
Josh without him doing any input because he's forgotten the entire game.
Yeah, I basically have. Although to be fair, I finished it while I was really sick a couple of weeks ago. So maybe
so
if I
any-
played it in a better light, I would have been happier.
And anything else you want to add, Josh? Or we leave it
No,
there?
that's pretty much it.
Cool. Fair enough. Thank you.
Also, while we're still talking about Pokemon, Original Stitch is like a company that make shirts, and they've got like Pokemon designs, and they've just
Are you
released
plugging
them. Like,
them?
yes, I am plugging them because I've got like a Rapidash collar shirt for them. It's really nice, and they've just released a couple of like Sinnoh Pokemon.
Whoa,
So-
hang on, wait. Sorry, collared shirt?
yeah, like a
Mhm.
collar
It's like a business
shirt.
shirt, but they're
Yeah.
Pokemon. They actually look really good. I would recommend.
They do.
Yeah,
checking
so
them out.
where does the I'm kind of interested. Where does the Rapidash design fit on it? Like just in color, or is there actually like a Rapidash somewhere on the shirt?
It's like little Rapidashes on the shirt.
You know how
Oh.
you get like
And
a
it
pattern
looks
with,
like it's
little
red dots 'cause
squares
they're
or
really
whatever on
small.
shirts.
Okay,
and it's little
okay,
dots,
gotcha.
Yeah, it's a really nice
Interesting.
shirt. I've gotten a couple of compliments on it. If I because sometimes I'll like wear it at work just to be like on like Fridays or something because it's sort of like a fun shirt to wear. But if like someone was like, oh, yeah, like it's a Pokemon shirt, and they're like, oh, is it? I'm like, yeah, it's got a little Rapidash. Oh, yeah, that's like the Fire Horse one, yeah.
See, my version of that was going to the Nintendo store in New York City and picking up just a T-shirt with a big fucking Mudkip on one side, and that's very clearly a Pokemon shirt.
I heard you like Mudkips.
Well, that was half the meme, but I realized very quickly that being a 6'2", well-bearded individual means that when kids turn around and point at your shirt, it's not a good look for you.
Oh no!
So where I was going with this is like they've released Luxray designs, and I am probably Luxray is one of my favoriteest Pokemon, so I will be getting one of those.
Yeah,
I
I got a
will-
shiny one
And
of those,
just
remember?
repeat where people can find this.
People are going to find this on originalstitch.com.
Cool.
If they want to sponsor us, we're
I'm very happy.
Or if they do donuts.
Original donuts, you might say.
They do masks,
Hey.
so if you need a new mask, go from there as well.
Oh.
I've already got heaps of homemade masks. I don't need any more masks.
But people only cared who I was when I took off the mask.
And even then,
Segway, get him out of here.
still not a whole lot. Cool. Right. I guess we'll throw it to Ace Attorney 2.
Yep. So
Electric Boogaloo.
Ace Attorney 2 started off really strong. It was actually on track to be better than the first one for me.
Where's the butt?
But the middle of the game dipped in quality and it ended up being slightly worse.
There's the butt.
Only because, like, overall, the strong cases in this are stronger than what was in the first game. But because of that dip, it's like the overall quality of the game drops, while Ace Attorney 1 was always on a constant rise of getting better and better and better. Just to do a quick rundown of the cases, the first case for me, I found it was a really funny way of doing a tutorial level, because it's like, oh, we need to introduce the courtroom drama for people that are playing this game for the first time. How do we do that? The person that's going to be on the witness stand smacks Phoenix right over the head with a fire extinguisher, and now he's got temporary memory loss, and he's got to work the case while trying to remember everything about the case.
I don't think my microphone picked it up, but
No, it picked it up the first time.
It definitely picked it up the first time, Steve.
God, that's shit fucking premise.
I know it's such a shit trope, but it's done in a very funny way in this, and it's like, okay, it's only for the tutorial level. I can deal with it. If it was like the entire game he's suffering from memory loss, it would have been instantly awful, but it's like halfway through the case, he gets his memory back and things start rolling, and it's like, okay, this is fine. I can deal with this. It's just like to introduce people like, oh, this is how you cross-examine people and look at your inventory. They do a different way of doing it in Ace Attorney 3, which is also a very good way of doing the tutorial and much better way of doing the tutorial, honestly. But
can I ask you a question about those two games?
Yeah, go for it.
So is Ace Attorney 3 better than 2?
I've only done the first case for Ace Attorney 3, but its tutorial is the best of the tutorials so far.
Okay, so what you're saying is that he was alive in 1, died in the 2nd, and like a phoenix, came back for number 3.
Love it. It's all coming together. And when is the Order of the Phoenix? Has he ordered anything yet?
that might be later on in the series. Because there's like 7
he
Ace
ordered
Attorney
an anti-fire extinguisher helmet.
There's 7 mainline Ace Attorney games, so one of them will be his order. Anyway, to get back on track, Strong 2 instantly started off with a strong case. Not to spoil too much, but someone that was being tried for murder in the first game is getting tried for murder again in this one because they're getting framed. And the whole story around that is just instantly starts off very strong. It's very great. And they do some stuff with the lore in this series that I wasn't expecting, because in the first game, your partner...
Maya, lore is in L-O-R-E, not L-A-W. Sorry, I was like, what are you going to do stuff with the lore? Like, they've made killing not illegal? Okay, no, sorry, never mind.
No, it's fine.
It's only frowned upon now.
Your partner Maya, she's a spirit channeler. And throughout the first game, she's constantly getting the spirit of her dead sister to, possessing her body, and visually they convey this by completely changing it so that it's her sister, but in Maya's clothes, and
got him, the old switcheroo.
Yeah, and basically to really emphasize this, they go, okay, so Maya, she's pretty like conservative. But as soon as Mia, her sister, takes over, she's just got open boob window. That's it, done. That's the way you switch the character. That's how you know. In the first game, it just seems like this is just like a visual thing they did for the game to show to you, the player, that they've switched personalities. But then in the second game with this first real case, they go, no, actually, they actually just completely physically change their appearance, and we're going to do a case around that and make a mystery around that. So that was really cool to see, and it's got me wondering why no one in the courtroom dramas ever bring up that these characters change their faces all the time. So yeah, getting off that case, the next case, which is the dip, we go to the goddamn circus and try to figure out a murder around the circus. A magician's getting framed. There's clowns. There's
getting that classy.
No, this is a male clown. So yeah. No classy for you.
No. This is what he said.
He said what I said.
Something that I actually think was pretty funny though for this case is that there's 2 brothers. They're acrobats. The first brother is named Acro. The second brother is named Bat, and together they're called the Dingleberries.
I was waiting for them to be like Bat Acro.
Bacro. Just don't let Bat off alone with the clown, eh?
Wow. Get it out of here. Take away.
I will. I'll ignore that. So, moving on from the circus, which was actually the dip in the game. The last case is peak fiction. I loved it so much, and I can't say a whole lot about that one because it's just something people need to experience on their own. But it was absolutely amazing throughout. I loved every moment of that case. So overall, the strong cases in this were stronger, but because of going to the carnival and the circus, it's overall a weaker game. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10.
So you said that you had the first one at 9 out of 10 in case the second one was better. Does that make the first one a 10 out of 10?
No, I still got the third game to go through. So the third game could possibly be the 10 out of 10 for the trilogy.
I have a question for you. An actual question this time. So there's case 1 that was a tutorial level, and then there's only 3 other cases in the entire game.
Yeah.
How long is the game?
Not too long. Like, I got through it all in a day, but I'm also a slow reader, so you'd probably get through it in like half a day, like 5-ish hours maybe.
Oh wow, I actually thought they were longer games.
No, these
Josh,
are
my brother in Christ. How fast do you think lawyers get through cases?
I mean, you could be in one case for months. I don't know. I genuinely thought these were longer games. Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah, no, these were originally Game Boy Advance games, so they're pretty short. But they always have like the last case is like the signature really long multi-hour case, which is where like the big meat of the game is. And the first game is actually very long because the last case in that one, because you weren't here for that, the last case in Ace Attorney 1 was added for the DS version of the game, and that is like half. That case's length is like half of the original game's length.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, overall, really good game. The circus case wasn't that bad, but it did feel like a dip in quality, and maybe that should have been the first real case of the game. That way, it didn't feel like a dip in the middle of the game rather than like a constant rise that the first game was. So that's like my one complaint.
I think.
Are you suggesting that taking a fire extinguisher to the side of the head is best served when it's done via a clown?
Oh, no. I mean, like, just counting the real cases, but also, yes, the clown should have absolutely bonked Phoenix over the head with a fire extinguisher.
Oh my god, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh,
Stop,
yeah, I think you're forgetting,
around.
right, that, like, so clowns in, like, Western sort of markets are very different to clowns in Japan. They don't really have them there or the concept of them. So I don't think it would be like a novelty to them. It would be very new and different. So in Australia and like America and stuff, like, we just kind of see it and go, I hate this.
So the Ace Attorney games are localized to be in LA.
What? Really?
Yeah, for some reason, when they localized the games, they changed them from taking place in Japan to taking place in Los Angeles.
I mean, there were still Japanese games, though. Like, so they would come out in Japan, people would have been like, oh, these clowns, this is funny and interesting. And also, like, half of Western civilization is scared of clowns, and the other half hate them.
Yeah.
Like, so it makes it hard for that to be interesting for us.
And once you're done with the clown case, Phoenix Wright actually has PTSD from the clown.
Oh my god.
Why do you think clowns need to defend themselves against hate by walking around with fire extinguishers?
Isn't that what the movie It is about?
Honestly, I would have preferred if they just throw cream pies.
There's a much.
You don't throw cream pies.
Someone say it.
There's a much better clown thing than It. It's called. I think it is just called The Clown, about someone that. Have you guys heard that? Like seen this? It's a movie.
I have not.
I'm googling
No, I
it
haven't.
right now.
It's unironically actually a really good horror film. It's a guy who finds a clown a real quick segue. So there's a guy, his son has a birthday party, he hires a clown for it. The clown had to pull out for being sick or something, so the clown didn't show up. Kid's really sad, everyone's like, man, we really want a clown. The dad just goes and finds this clown outfit in this locked chest upstairs in the attic of this house that he's I think he's selling. Or it's an old house. Either way, finds the clown outfit, puts it on. It's a haunted clown outfit that slowly transforms him into like a were-clown. He goes around just murdering kids for 90 minutes.
A were-clown.
Actually a great horror film.
Wow.
That does sound like something I need to watch.
That sounds like it'd be entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
It is.
It has a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
how much percent, sorry?
44% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, okay, that's higher than what I would have imagined.
Yeah,
for
a culty horror film, that's actually that's doing pretty well. It even has the old Scandinavian band that talks about the legend of the Cloyne.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
And how like back in the old country, there used to be these creatures that would go around murdering kids, and now Western society paints their faces and makes fun out of it. Oh, it's great. The scariest part is seeing that it was Harvey Weinstein executive producing it right at the height of all that shit coming out against him. But yeah, it was pretty good. Man. Pretty good.
He was the clown.
There's an episode of Supernatural that was very good about like this clown that would he would like meet these kids at the circus and then like come to their house and the kids would let them in and then he would just like kill and eat their parents. And I was like, that was cool.
And you're like, maybe that'll be me one day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe if I find a clown costume in my attic that we don't have in Australia, because no one has an attic in Australia, then we will be able to go around killing people for exactly 90 minutes.
I'm glad that the biggest takeaway we get from Ace Attorney 2 is that there's a clown in it.
Yeah, well, look, monkey see,
and
monkey
the
do,
clown
and
might
we
have
are
a fire
clowns.
extinguisher.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that, Saif. So you're already up to case 1 of Ace Attorney 3. Can we look forward to that next week?
Yep, finished case 1, so I finished the tutorial level, and it was fantastic. I'll get back to you all when I finish it next week.
Cool. Which I find very funny because you sit there and go, did I like Ace Attorney 2? Find out in 10 minutes, but will I play Ace Attorney 3? Yes. I'll finish it next week. Yeah, tune in then. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
really,
well, there's not much of a spoiler to give away for that. It's like, yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the next week.
Inconsistent tone there from you, bud, but fair enough. Why don't we throw it back to Steve? Last of Us Part 2, let's go.
Let's go.
Speaking of horror themes and clowns.
Yeah, no, that's good segue.
Thank you.
It's really good. It's got a lot better atmosphere and setting, I reckon, than the Last of Us Part 1. It just takes sort of place in Seattle and the surrounding areas. It does jump, the parts when up to it jumps from like the present day, Ellie seeking her revenge, and the past of her hanging out with Joel and Tommy, and you see a lot of like good bonding moments, like when they're at the museum and there's a dinosaur, and you're sort of talking shit with dinosaurs and rolling around doing everything. It's good moments with that.
So this isn't a direct sequel, is it? I haven't played either.
It is. Or
it is. Yeah.
But there's like a time gap.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
So
3 years.
The game, the game takes place. Sorry to override you, Steve. Last of Us Part 1, continuous unbroken story. Last of Us Part 2, it takes place after the events of Last of Us Part 1, but there are little flashbacky bits to the events between Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and those are really good moments.
Speaking of which, how do you guys feel about the way they handled that? Do you like that back and forth, or would you have preferred one straight playthrough?
No, I do, because it isn't in like the middle of like it's always in like a quiet moment in the present time when they decide, okay, it's time to go back. It's always like, all right, well, it's nighttime. They're winding down for the day, or they've just sort of finished something big and are sort of like recovering from it, and then the flashback goes happen. It isn't like, it feels like it's a natural story progression.
Right, I'm just thinking because from what I understand from the game, is like this is basically how they handled the DLC from The Last of Us 1, and
yeah,
and we were saying back then like it could have been like done better. It could have been a single thing.
Do you actually play the flashbacks though, or are they?
Yes,
just
you do. Yeah,
you do. Play them.
It's like a cinematic cutscene, and then it's like a semi-big contained level almost, and then it's another cutscene, and you're back in. Like it's not like a 5-minute type of little thing. I think they go for
okay. That could be okay.
Yeah, they go for like at least 30 minutes of just like a quiet point of like we've had an action sequence. Let's calm things down for a bit and explore. Take some time, absorb some atmosphere.
Yeah, reassemble the relationship between Ellie and Joel. Like, notice the moment when they're sort of for lack of a better word, the father and daughter relationship they've got going on, and why
that's basically what it is.
Yeah, and why Ellie is so hell bent on literally just taking revenge, and why she pretty much throws her safety to be like, nah, fuck these guys, I'm going to take the whole organization. That killed her.
I think the difference with the way that they use flashbacks in this one is that, I mean, might as well just spoil it. Game's been out for a bit. Because Joel dies so early on in Last of Us Part 2.
Spoilers! Fuck.
Big fella, it's literally in the first hour of the game. Play it.
Like first 30 minutes even.
Yeah,
because you can speedrun it. Joel percent. Because he dies so early on in Part 2 and he's half of the game in Part 1, they need flashbacks as a way of partially tying up loose like story arcs and character arcs from Part 1, but also just punctuating more emotional moments, because the bond, like people playing Part 2 already have like a basal understanding of the relationship between Joel and Ellie, more so than Ellie and the other characters that we're introduced to. So even when there are emotional moments, they're not as poignant as moments between Joel and Ellie, which, because you can't get, because Joel's fucking dead, they sort of have to do it in flashback. And so all the flashbacks that they choose to do are for a particular emotional thing they're trying to get across.
And Ellie's also on such a revenge quest that they don't give her a chance to like talk and interact with all the other characters. Like they're just kind of there as set dressing sometimes.
It humanizes her. It does humanize her. And the other characters sort of do feel like, okay, I'm going to use you guys to help me with my revenge. Get fucked. And then,
so where are you up to in terms of story? Like, what's the last thing that you did in the story in part 2, Steve?
So I have just finished, I think it's the second day of Seattle. Like I rescued, I can't remember his name, the Asian dude.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either because it's been a while since I played it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, and then I just finished that. I think it's in Hamilton in Seattle. Or Hillcrest. And then it's a flashback cutscene where it's Ellie and Joel are trying to get to a music shop to redo the strings on her guitar, because there's a reoccurring theme of just when they got to Jackson, which is the town they got to safety in at the end of the first one. Joel teaches her how to play the guitar. And they find like 2 or 3 guitars, like after Joel's dead, and then Ellie sort of plays them and then, like remembered of him, and it's like I think it's a really touching moment. And
it's like the last connection she has to him.
Yeah, and like sort of when he gives her the guitar in the first place, it's sort of like, oh, cool, like I guess I'll get to it eventually, and now he's gone. It's like, well, this is the only thing I have left of you, essentially, and that's really good. And those moments are very touching and very impactful. And
that's another dumb question.
Yeah, of course.
No,
so
stop.
The first game's like a apocalypse or something, right?
Yes.
Is this one still? Is this like post-apocalypse, or is it still apocalypse happening currently?
Post. Technically, the first one was also post.
Yeah, technically it's post. Like it's been like, so to give you a bit of context, Josh, like there's like an infection that like sort of takes over people and doesn't turn them into zombies. You don't use the Z word in this. They're all infected. They sort of like shamble around, and if you get bitten by one, you get infected as well, because
like zombies. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you just breathe in their
can't
spores.
say that.
Yeah. Naughty Dog very much. Naughty Dog specifically said they are not zombies. Do not use the Z word around them.
Yeah.
They just wanted to trademark this. That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah. Well, no, it's because it's based off of a cordyceps fungus, which technically does exist in the Amazon, I think, and so that's what they tried to play out.
Yeah, and takes over insects and that.
Yeah.
They all do that. But yeah, so it's set like, so there's the infection at the start of The Last of Us 1, and you sort of play through that for like half an hour, and then it takes place, I think it's like 20 years after that.
20 years later, yeah, because Ellie has been born and brought up in like post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, I think it's
so this continues past
I think it's supposed to be like 20 years since the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years for number 1, and it's like, I think Last of Us Part 2 is 3 years after.
So some of these people are just immune or something, are they?
So only Ellie's immune. That's a big thing of Part 1.
What? Okay.
I highly recommend going and playing Part 1 or listening to my review of Part 1 last episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
nice.
Ellie
saved it.
Got him.
It is really good.
Well, I mean, it's like any post-apocalyptic thing. There are people that take enough precautions that they've just found ways to survive for as long as they have.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Okay. Continue on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Like, if it feels like I get that feeling the game might be halfway, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if I've got like another 10 or 15 hours. I think I've put 6 or so in so far. It is really good. They've done a lot of world building. It sort of opens up in a mini open world area for some areas, and that was pretty fun. But yeah, like it's really impactful story.
I don't. From what I remember of it, you're not halfway yet. You're almost halfway.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. But you know, it's I'm really enjoying it. The worst part about it is, as I said before, the fucking the glare that it gets onto my TV, so I can't play that in the daytime at all. Essentially, like even with like fucking around with the brightness and the contrast, I can sort of, depending on the level, I can do better. But literally this morning, I was playing at like 8:30 a.m. and I literally was like 45 minutes of me just dying because I'm like, oh, I did not see that enemy there. Like, even they've got like this sort of listen mechanic, and it does highlight them, but not well enough. And I just get more and more frustrated. So it's a nighttime game, which is worse because it's a scary game, and my heart rate is at 150 beats per minute when I'm fucking playing this game.
You should get that checked out.
Yeah, you sure that's not just the flake shake?
I haven't had a flake shake, but maybe I should be having a flake shake as like a comfort food when I'm playing it.
Maybe it'll calm you down.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's a good game. I'll hopefully I finish it by next week, and then I'll have a closing thoughts for that.
Yeah, because all of all
of the more interesting talking points I think are after the halfway point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to find the words to say. Thank you for that, Saif. Yeah, agreed.
Okay, then I'm looking forward to it.
Sweet. I guess we'll just pencil that one in for that. Why don't we? Because I realize we've got Elden Ring and Josh's mobile game. Josh,
my mobile game. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about my mobile game. I guess. No, I've been playing this mobile game, I guess, to get into it, called Summoner's War. That's basically just a gacha game for like the last 6 years. Every time I get a new phone, for some reason, it's like
6 years.
Like
fuck it. What is with you and having like the long video game?
Actually, it'd probably be longer because when I dated my first major girlfriend was when I picked it up on New Year's, so it came out. Actually, no, you know what? I picked it up the day it came out.
What about your first minor girlfriend?
Major girlfriend. No. So.
Easy. We're trying to avoid the AFP right now.
Yeah.
Hey. The listeners are going to hear major girlfriend, and that's the natural question.
God damn it. So anyway, it actually would be 8 years because they're currently doing their 8-year anniversary. So yeah, I picked it up to play it again because I got a new phone, and that's just what I usually do. I play it for like a couple of weeks, and then I stop playing it.
What type of game is it?
Particular sponsor code that you want to shout out?
No, but it is very fun.
Man, that reminds me, I'm too late on this Raid Shadow Legends sponsor deal that they sent me.
I did download that, and I opened it, and I thought about you, Saif, and then I was like, this game sucks. So, Raid, sorry, mate, I'm not interested. Summoners War, if you're interested.
Sorry, Mr. Shadow Legends.
My invite for the Raid Shadow Legends referral program got expired. I can't stream that now and make money. Oh well, they'll contact me again in like a month.
So this game, to answer your question, Steven, is just like a gacha game. So you pull heroes, and then you sort of do a whole bunch of PvE content to continue through the story, and then beat a bunch of dungeons and challenges and whatnot. And you sort of equip them with runes. It was kind of like the original of what Raid Shadow Legends is. And it's a Capcom game, so they have a whole bunch of Capcom characters and crossovers in it as well.
Oh shit! You're telling me I can get Capcom waifus?
Well, not waifus.
Shut
it's got
Ryu.
There's a few other Capcom ones. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, there's a few.
Hang on. Is this Summoners War Sky Arena?
Yeah, that one.
It's fucking developed by and published by Mojang. What the fuck?
Mojang?
Minecraft fame.
No, it's not.
Mojang.
It's not Mojang.
Yeah, it's got.
I'm literally looking at the Wikipedia now.
Is it actually Mojang?
Created by South Korean game developer Com2US. Swedish game developer Mojang, and American game developer PopCap. Wow, what the fuck is this?
There's no Capcom there.
Capcom's owns one of those companies, I believe.
In 2020, it had a crossover.
Yeah, in 2020, it had a crossover too.
So I'm too late for the Capcom waifus. Okay.
You can still pull the characters.
You can pay money.
But yeah, it's just a fun little game. I like it. I didn't realize Mojang was in it, so there you go. Yeah.
So is Steve from Minecraft?
Learn something new every day.
I think when you open it up, it actually says something starting with M, but I never look at the fucking opening scene, so it probably actually
reading
says
is
Mojang.
hard, Josh. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Finally, this week, Steve, Elden Rung. Did you answer?
I did. I answered it. It's fucking amazing. I'm not going to speak too much about it. I think this is like the 5th week in a row someone's spoken about it, and I realize I'm like 5 weeks late to the party. But holy shit, I'm fucking loving it. I'm like 20 hours in. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just play for half an hour. Oh fuck, it's been 2.5 hours. I can't put it down.
So where are you? 20 hours in. Just curious.
The amount of like side stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna explore over here. Okay, I've gone lost for a bit. I'm in that academy area.
Ray Lucaria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ray Lucaria. Yep. It's
such a fucked area if you're doing certain builds.
for mage builds, we have a friend that's doing it, and I think Patrick's seen him play it as well. It's so funny to watch someone try and do a mage build in that area. It is absolutely hilarious. He stomped other areas where I was like, this is really hard. Got to the area that I found the complete easiest in the entire game and got his ass kicked for like 10 hours.
Yeah,
I was just taking
funny.
so much damage with my dex build. Like, I wasn't dying a whole lot. It was just I had to keep chugging potions every now and then. Because, like, one attack would, like, take out 3/4 of my health.
Have you fought the major boss in Ray Lucaria, Steve?
No, I've only fought the wolf. I think there is another one.
So you're pretty close then. Okay.
Yeah, I probably am. I don't know where I'm up to. I got a bit lost there. I had to...
Yeah, there's, like, a whole courtyard after that dog that can get you lost for a little bit.
Yeah, and then I went back into like the starting area. I'm like, oh, am I done with this area? Because you go through the rooftops. Then I had to like look up and be like, oh, okay, it's like you got to cross the thing in the courtyard, and there's this iron ball that falls down, and just.
Oh, you found the ball, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't find that. I looked up a guy.
Or did the ball find him?
No, I've used I timed it's the one time I've ever timed a roll perfectly, and it went straight through it, so it was fine.
Oh, nice. The fun fact about that area, so you get invaded directly after that by an NPC invader that you probably killed.
No, like I literally got to the top of that thing and I put it down.
Well, there's an NPC invader, like literally in that next doorway.
Well, thank God, because
like spoiler.
Yeah,
literally as soon as I walked through the doorway, my controller died, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put it down. And so
it was protecting you.
Your controller's trying to save your life, bro.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway,
it rolled a
your controller likes you. Don't log into Elden Ring tomorrow 9 a.m.
Don't come to school tomorrow.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so there's an invader. So on my first playthrough, I just killed it normally, but I pulled him to the ball and just kept having the ball fall on him in my New Game Plus playthrough, and it kills him after a while. It's so funny.
That's what I did.
Yeah, it's so good.
I tried to fight him once normally, and then went, I wonder, and then just made it my mission to just like move him into where the ball was rolling.
Yeah, it's so good. He just dies to the ball.
Meanwhile, our mutual friend doing the mage build. Man, that invader is so hard.
Yeah,
how did you get through it? Because if like he just keeps rushing towards you, and playing mage build, you don't like people that gap close, and so he'd get gap closed under the iron ball and then die. It's like, aha, so you have half the strategy down.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also like that Margit, you can kind of bait him to fall off the side of the arena, and that'll kill him.
Can you actually? I tried to do that with some of the bosses, and they kind of just hit the edge and then stay there.
Yeah, they kind of do, but some I've seen people manage to push Margit off. Might need to give them an extra hit to make them do that pushback.
Trigger that bleed damage.
You might have to stagger it or something. I was trying to do like the Dark Souls 2 thing, where you don't lift up the rings to that area, the circle area, and then you just push the boss off the edge. But yeah, you couldn't do it.
No, it's a great game. I sort of understand why they've got the open world right, and it's pretty much because when you're exploring an area, you sort of do a walk around a path through. There might be a couple of enemies you kill, and you sort of move on. You're not like hanging around or doing the Ubisoft thing.
Yeah, there's no Ubisoft fluff where there's 20 collectibles in your vision at all times.
Yeah. So when you open up the map, you're not overwhelmed with all these fucking collectible bullshits that doesn't really mean anything.
The collectibles are there's a dungeon there, there's a reward in it, and it's like a whole extra piece of game. It's not just walk to the top of a tower.
Yeah,
so much better.
Yeah, and they're sort of they're small enough to sort of enjoy and have their own sort of challenge.
So they usually have a particular mechanic or something that they use a lot in one dungeon.
And whether it's a trap or a bunch of gargoyles.
It's like Breath of the Wild, where it's a game where you're exploring the worlds naturally yourself, but all those little things are done so much better than what Breath of the Wild actually did in that game.
I hate hearing it compared to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fair comparison. They're two different things.
I don't think so.
I do see where you're
they
coming
fall
from.
under the same umbrella of open world.
Oh, empty. No.
And you could argue that Elden Ring's empty in some areas as well.
In both, you start naked, underground, and then emerge from a deep sleep to find a world that has completely changed from how you last remembered it. You then have to go with the intention of defeating a final boss to beat the game, and on your way there, you get to explore in any direction you want with an ever-increasing list of mechanics and things to go and do and explore in the form of shrines and dungeons. Where was the difference?
So
I'm not
essentially,
getting
what you're
into
saying
this.
is they're role-playing platforming game because you play the role as a
Not
character.
platforming, exploring. There's
They're
no
platforming.
platforming to be
There
had
are
in these
different.
games.
There are different platforms. You'd like jump up different levels and stuff.
I don't get 100 rings and hear Mario go wahoo yippee.
No,
Saif, when you play it on PlayStation, you see the platforming in your trophies.
Ah, shit, you're right. Okay, the problem was I played it on PC. I see.
Idiot.
But yeah, no,
Elden Ring,
it's
actually,
yeah.
very quickly before we move on, playing it on PC, did they ever fix that bug for you, Patrick, where everything's invisible?
I don't even think I've discussed this bug. Just every so often, I'll just be riding me and my noble steed, just going off on a gallivant through the fields, and then my horse will just disappear. For extended periods of time, like my rider will still be, stanced up, riding, but just on nothing. So it looks very funny. Full horse combat and everything. You just don't see the horse. And whatever is the reason for that horse disappearing also just works with enemies. So sometimes you'll just be walking along or riding along, and you'll just die. And only after your body is fading to ashes does an enemy just materialize in front of you. And you're like,
I had a similar glitch, not that exact same thing, but Josh can attest to this. For some reason, my entire torso just started disappearing when I was getting to the lead up to a massive spoiler point.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean.
But Patrick's was basically everything that was like vaguely close to him was invisible.
And for me, it was just my entire torso was gone.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I haven't opened Elden Ring. Obviously, I just got back from not being anywhere near a game console for a week, which was boring. But
Boy, do you have something to look forward to soon?
Oh yeah, I haven't opened Elden Ring since running through Tiny Tina's twice. So Elden Ring is coming back up to the next thing I'll be doing once I play another game. So I don't know. I'll let you and all of our lovely listeners know whether my horse is still invisible.
All right, sorry, Stephen.
No, I'm done. I have had no bugs or anything of any description.
Damn, Xbox
winning.
You.
Yeah.
What about those like stupid boss bugs that fly around in Elden Ring and that are fucking impossible to hit with a weapon?
Just get a better weapon.
Dragonflies.
Yeah, just jump and attack, man.
Oh man,
the dragonflies that when they hit you, they don't do much damage, but they make the sound like you've just been hit by a truck.
Yeah.
They played a critical hit noise for some reason.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's
the number of times that I just have a menu up and I'm just on my second screen thinking that I'm mildly safe, and it sounds like I've just lost an arm, and it's just a dragonfly buzzing around.
I do want to say I love the critical hit noise because of just how impactful it is.
Yeah,
it sounds like the world's ending.
It's the same sort of sound.
Real good for the heart rate.
It makes the same sort of sound in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, it's been the same since Demon's Souls, but
I don't think Dark Souls 1 did it with the dragonfly.
Yeah, fuck those dragonflies and fucking blood.
Final Demon Souls boss was just a large dragonfly.
Oh, I'll be able to review that soon.
Oh, well,
yeah. Do you want to talk about that real quick before we move on to anything else?
I guess. I guess.
That should have probably been in the tech update at the beginning.
Probably. So
and the wise words of Mr. Incredible, we have time.
We have time. I said that in reference like earlier like this week, and no one understood it. Anyway, so I think
it's I've still got time, but you get the point.
I think it's just I've got time. I don't think it's I've still got time. I think I've still got time comes afterwards.
Anyway, so this
he says a couple. He says
it a couple of times. Yeah. So anyway, in Australia,
unfortunately, we're now out of time. But we had time briefly. But I'm sorry. Go on, Josh.
Oh well, I'm just not coming back next week. No, no. So I in Australia at least, and I know most of the world still. PS5s are kind of hard to get, and Saif messaged me being like, "Hey, so the PS5s are available. Look," and I had EV Games, and I was like, "Oh, I don't not want one." So I just sort of put a deposit down, and now I'm getting the Gran Turismo version, which is my favorite game as a child. So I'm gonna probably shit all over that like the rest of the world next week.
Boy, do you have a 7th edition of that to look forward to?
Yeah. No, I'm so apprehensive about it. So I picked that up on the 27th.
Then why'd you get it? Why'd you get it, man?
Because I just kind of want it. If
give
I
me
don't
your money.
I
will take your money and I'll give you a better time than that. It sounds like. It'll be a much shorter time. I'll give you that. But
Josh, don't listen to me. Josh, don't listen. He won't shut up about strawberry milkshakes. All right, just I wouldn't even go there.
Strawberry milkshakes for 4 hours.
The other game on choice was Horizon, and I can see why Josh wouldn't be into that.
So you know what? I actually think Horizon, because there was a game called Recore that Microsoft did, and
I've
it
heard of
had
this game.
a huge amount of potential. It's still on Game Pass because it was obviously they made
Game
it.
Bros, we're winning.
It was a very, very, very good game up until about 3 hours in or 4 hours in,
And then it ran out of ideas.
It pretty much ran out of ideas. Everything that they did and introduced and like sort of just were going with was really, really cool. The world was cool. The concept was awesome, and then they just kind of like didn't change anything else. I was like, oh look, I'm really enjoying this. I really want to see where this is going, and then it just doesn't.
It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, so you get about halfway through the game. I think I played it for like 8 or 10 hours total or something. And I was like, man, I really can't wait to see where this is going. And it just literally didn't go anywhere ever. And if you look at like reviews and stuff, because I Googled it online going like, does this get better? And everyone's sort of like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, it doesn't get better. It's good if it was half the length. And Horizon is very similar to that. It's like post-apocalyptic cybertronic kind of stuff. So I might actually like it. I might give it a go. I think I picked up the first one pretty cheap.
The first one was pretty good, but at the same time I picked it up for $20, so I didn't mind it.
I picked up the first one for $20, and I still haven't played it yet. I need to at some point.
It is.
Yeah, see, I haven't played any of the PS4 games because I never had one, or a PS3. I did have a PS4 for like a couple of weeks when I bought one off Saif when he upgraded to the PS4 Pro. I played Final Fantasy 15 because it was only out on PlayStation at the time. Then went.
It was on everything at it. It wasn't on PC. It was on PlayStation and Xbox.
It wasn't. Yeah. So I wasn't playing it on PC because it didn't come out on PC. So I therefore got a console to play it because I didn't have an Xbox at that point either. So I got the PS4 a few. Played Final Fantasy 15. Went. This is okay. Finished Final Fantasy 15. Went. That was horrible.
What a great game.
And then got rid of the console because I was like, that was the all I wanted to play on it.
Don't forget you also touched Bloodborne for like 10 minutes and then went, this is awful, which is like the worst take imaginable.
I think I might enjoy it now.
He can't keep getting away with it.
He cannot. Once the PS5 comes in, play Bloodborne.
I will play Bloodborne at some point. I don't know when. I think they're going to do a remaster and it's coming to PC. So
they've said that literally the past 5 years, big fella.
If you
just
get
like
it on
Temtem coming to Xbox.
If you get PlayStation Plus, it's free on there anyway.
Oh, well, I have PlayStation Plus, so that works.
I'm glad to see that Steve just hit stage 3 of the grief process with Temtem and Xbox, and we all just glossed over it. Don't worry, Steve. I'm here for you. I don't know about these other two.
I'm
Thanks,
not.
man.
I laugh at his pain every time.
We gotta believe.
So I guess I will probably I'll be playing Demon Souls at some point. I'll probably play Bloodborne. I'll probably play The Last of Us.
Play Persona 5. Play Persona 5 Royal.
I probably will play Persona 5 actually.
Yeah, go with Royal. Don't play the free version you get with PlayStation Plus because that's vanilla. And
no, I think Royal is with the PS5s anyway when you claim them. So I claim those games. So I think Royal's one of them. And I think what was the other PS5 game that I keep being told I need to play? God of War I've played half of and it was very, very good. And then for some reason I never picked it back up. So I'm going to finish that. But there was another one, and it was like a PS3 game or a PS4 game that everyone kept screaming at me for not playing. I don't remember what it was.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima is one of them. It was one of those like PlayStation exclusive ones. But yeah, you can look forward to hearing me shit on Gran Turismo and then probably some of those games pretty soon.
Every single PlayStation exclusive.
No, some of them seem okay. I just didn't play them because they're exclusive. So
cool. Wait, hang on. Where do we start here? Need to think back.
I think
Steve, any final thoughts on Elden Ring?
Oh fuck, that's right. No, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Like even if you don't into Souls games, go play it. And I will continue to play
I'm sure we're going to end up hearing more about it next week anyway. The Elden Ring content never stops. Cool. Well, I think that's everyone. Am I missing anyone? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we move on?
I've been doing nothing for a week. No, I got nothing. So yeah, I'm good.
Fair enough.
Cool. Well, thank you for Round the Lounge, everyone. That does bring us to the end of part 1 for this episode, which is, of course, Round the Lounge. And that leads us into part 2 for this week, which is, of course, the news. And starting off with that news, sad news. Enter the Spider-Verse, or actually no, that's not the title. That was the first one. What is it? Across the Spider-Verse?
Yep, Across the Spider-Verse.
Has been delayed.
Yep, the movie that was meant to come out a couple days ago.
Yep, that's the one. And then I actually didn't realize this, but it's part 1, part 2. I knew they were doing 3. I didn't realize that the second one was going to be a 2-parter. So I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not a huge fan of 2-part feature-length movies that come out
so what they're going to do is
apart.
They're going to release part 1 in this universe, and then part 2 is going to come out in the parallel universe, and we have to go to them.
That'd be sick.
God, that would.
Sick.
The metaphysical idea of that is actually really fucking interesting, but so hard to wrap my head around.
What if they did the Pokemon treatment and they do Spider-Verse
exactly.
Blue?
It's just like Pokemon.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, you get to pick which exclusives you want on your part of Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I got Peter Parker. Yeah, well, I got who's the other one?
Nicolas Cage. Oh,
that it?
Yeah, him too. Yeah. So sad news, but I mean.
Yeah, you should also say it's been delayed to June 2nd for next year.
Yeah, I like to believe that the delay is because
wow.
they did the Sonic thing of trying to give Spider-Man human teeth, but chances are it's probably just a COVID-related delay. But
my hope is that because Morbius was the movie of all time,
the cinematic masterpiece. Yeah,
it was
the movie of all time.
Morbius was the movie of all time that now they need to push everything Sony related back to put Morbius in more things and make them movies of all times as well.
I just want to point out
because Morbius was a movie in history.
Yes,
Morbius might not have been as bad as it was, right? If Sonic hadn't done the teeth and YouTube dislikes still existed. Like, if there was enough dislikes,
bro. All I'm saying is, if Harambe was still alive, he wouldn't have stood for Morbius doing this badly in cinemas. That's all I'll say.
Harambe wants you to go see Morbius. Now? Do it for him.
Do it for him.
Morbius out for Harambe. Oh my god.
Hey, he would have done it for you. All right. Anyway, yep. Sad news. Next up on the list, though, Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero confirms a new release date. An article from where's this one from? Mary Station. Yeah. I am not really in the loop on this one. Someone else want to take over?
Yeah.
Please?
So the original release date for this was going to be June 11th, but Toei Animation got hacks a while ago, like a couple of weeks back. This was a really big thing, and all the servers were done in. So a lot of their projects had to be pushed back by a couple of months, and that just means that Dragon Ball Superhero got pushed back to April 22nd now. Sorry, June 11th. The original date was April 22nd. Now it's pushed back to June 11th.
They probably had to take a break from copyright striking that YouTuber to go back and actually finish making this film.
Yeah.
Fuck, it looks like dog shit because it's 3D. It's 3D.
I actually think it looks really cool.
Oh,
I actually think it looks pretty good as well.
Really? Okay.
It's one of the better done 3D animations for anime.
Hey, Steve, Josh take.
Yeah, haha.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with this Josh take.
No, wait a minute. I don't like
the only thing I don't like is that Piccolo seems to have gone like ripe, and that made him powerful.
Bro, it's shiny Piccolo.
It's piss colored.
It's just strange. Like, I'm sure I'll like it once I see it, and it might make a little bit of sense. But at the moment, it just looks odd.
He needed to have a super transformation to catch up to the Super Saiyans.
He didn't need to go fucking yellow. Like, he's just like, I've gone from like the color of a cucumber to the color of a lemon. Oh, look at me go!
I'm telling you, he's Piccolo now.
I don't know, man.
Fun fact, Josh, you're like 3 weeks late to this discussion.
I know I'm 3 weeks late to it, but it still bugs me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so do we have the new release date? I don't know if it was mentioned, but
the new
11th,
release
right?
date is June 11th. Yeah. I fumbled at the beginning. The original release date was April 22nd. Toei Animation got hacks. Now it's coming June 11th.
It's June 11th in Japan, though. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, it's only Japan at the moment. Nothing's been announced for worldwide.
I'm putting on my pirate hat, bros. Let's go. Fan Southern, we're back on.
Yeah, fan subs of Cam Rips.
Dredge the waters.
Oh, fan subs of Cam Rips. Holy fucking shit.
Anyway, next up on the list, we have Hot Wheels Unleashed DLC. Well, expansion. I'm not actually sure what to call this, but monster trucks. Looking kind of cool.
It's very MotorStorm looking.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought it was worth talking about, because you've talked quite a bit about MotorStorm on here a few times. I've also said
about
I'm
my
a fan
longing
of
for a simpler
MotorStorm.
time when I could just drive a car off road.
Yeah,
with friends.
And now Hot Wheels is like, hey, what if we made little miniature versions of that exact same thing? Would you like that?
Yeah, back before we had to worry about like maidens and COVID and Harambe and everything. It's just easier way to live. But yes, this is a trailer which you can watch on YouTube, courtesy of the PlayStation channel. It's available now. I don't know how much this expansion specifically is compared to the base game.
But we just found out that if you want to buy the full game, like with all the DLC included, it's 130 Australian or 140 Australian.
Ooh.
On Steam, right?
Yeah, on Steam.
On Steam, yeah. So the Monster Trucks expansion is $22 Australian.
That's not too bad.
It's
depending on how much you get with that expansion.
When you look at this DLC, that considering there's the Batman expansion's also $22, and then there's Pass 1 and then Pass 2, and both of those are $45. There's a lot of DLC though.
Yeah. It looks interesting. I mean, I've very, very loosely had an eye on Hot Wheels Unleashed. I think it's one of those, if it's on sale, I might consider it, but I don't think it's got anything that's grabbed me enough to want to, like, buy it soon.
Yeah, no, triple digits is a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
So once that, like, complete edition drops down to, like, $90, maybe a bit lower, then I'll get that.
My problem is that I've been spoiled by the Forza Horizon 3 DLC, the Hot Wheels Unleashed, the Hot Wheels expansion, because that was so good, and it has like Forza level graphics and driving mechanics and things that I just don't think me playing this would be anything close to that in terms of me enjoying it. So,
yeah, no, this is like a completely different style of racing game as well.
Yeah, it's more like Trackmania.
Yeah,
no, that's a good game.
Point.
That is a good game.
Hey, next up on the list though, we have I don't know what is this, like Fast Travel Lounge LinkedIn post? hey listener, do you want to work for Bandai Namco? I thought you might.
Do you also want to work on a Nintendo game?
Yeah, they're working with Nintendo for an action game project, and it could be featuring you.
Find out more on Jimatsu.
I wanted to throw this in to see if there's any speculation from you guys on what this could possibly be, because apparently it might be a remaster project as well. So like Nintendo.
I'm thinking it's a first-person shooter starring Kirby.
It's Earthbound. It's Mother 3.
It's Mother 3.
Give it up. That's even lower rent than Temtem on Xbox.
I don't think it's Mother 3 will never happen. Unironically, like you might as well literally just grow wings and start flying away. More shit. But there's been rumors around that they're trying to reboot Earthbound or do something with that, and it did come to Switch Online as a free download. So maybe they're trying to see if they're trying to gauge.
They also put Earthbound 1 on Wii U for the first time when that was the relevant console.
I was gonna say I thought you meant like now, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's strange, but yeah, maybe it is. I need to go play those Earthbound games.
It seemed so a couple of weeks back when they announced Earthbound on Switch, me and Josh were so like, are they actually doing Earthbound 3? Was because they did. Yeah, it's Mother 1 and 2. Yeah, we were so like.
Oh,
convinced.
That's right. The biggest rug pull on the Nintendo Direct, right?
Yeah. We were so convinced of that because they did Earthbound 1 on Wii U all those years ago, and then they did nothing for Earthbound 3 because the Wii U just fucking died. They just cancelled everything for the Wii U and moved it over to the Switch. So it was like, oh, they're bringing Mother 1 and 2 to the Switch. Are they actually going to do Mother 3 as well? And it's like, no, they're not.
No, they're not. Yeah,
we're just gonna stop here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it could be. I think it's a Pokemon game though. I think it'll be
if Bandai Namco is doing a Pokemon game. That's it, fellas. We've lost.
Well, they've already done Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, they already they did
too.
And they did Pokken Tournament.
Right?
Yeah, but Pokken Tournament. The less said about that, the better.
That's not a bad game. That was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I thought it was horrible.
I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that it's good, but I enjoyed playing
good,
it, and it's a fun.
But it's not.
It's a fun like just having it on the Switch for some casual like couch comp.
Yeah,
I played it on
basically.
the Wii U, and I thought it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But I didn't realize they did that.
There's
The
two things I
controls
think this
on-
could be. I think it
Yeah,
could
yeah.
either be Kid Icarus being remastered.
Oh, I'd be so keen.
Again,
so it doesn't kill your wrist trying to play the game, or
yeah, it's on 3DS, yeah.
yeah,
was
or
bad.
it's going to be the Star Fox game that Bandai Namco did, Star Fox Assault, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, the
Mm.
GameCube one, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the GameCube
Yeah.
ones.
I honestly, for some reason, feel like it's going to be another mystery dungeon. That's what I feel
Oh
like.
yeah, that could be right.
They didn't work on the first one, but I don't know. That's what I'm feeling, that they want to do a more mystery dungeon thing with it.
Hopefully it's
Who
Pilot
knows,
Wings.
though?
That's a great game.
Oh, Pilot Wings would be great.
Yeah, it'd be sick. They'll be right up their alley as well.
Well, we will have to wait and see. Next up on the list, we have some trailers dropping for Monster Hunter Sunbreak. I'm super excited. We get to see a bit more of an in-depth look at the Citadel and Garangol, one of the Guardians. I don't remember what they introduced them as, but large kind of story piece monsters as part of the Sunbreak DLC. Citadel. Oh, Citadel looks good.
It looks
Citadel
so
looks great.
cool. Yeah, and it's master rank, baby.
So I have a concern. I have a worry rather, in that we are seeing very good looking environments in the Citadel, but when I just think about the other environments that we have, I know they don't look bad, but I just think of the quite flat, plain looking Switch locales, which obviously were improved a little bit when it moved to PC, and how they just kind of reminded me of, like, just older Monster Hunter games. But now the problem is they've given us the Citadel, which just, to me, looks like the best locale far and away, that I'm actually not sure I'm going to enjoy playing on any other locale that isn't the Citadel once it's
Yeah.
out.
I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to be very, very small to make up for that.
I think it looks
really hope
fairly
not.
large.
It looks fairly
It
large.
looks-
but
it
I
looks
hope
big,
it's not
'cause they-
small.
They have like mini, because it's the only locale that has mini biomes within it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got the
they showed
the,
off like
like-
5 biomes. There's
Yeah,
like a
they did.
swamp poison area. There's the Citadel itself. There was an icy area. There's a foresty
Yeah.
area.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
the swamp kind of thing. Doesn't it just scream for Talos?
it does a little. It's not Castle Black, but I mean,
Yeah.
a similar kind of thing, or like Elder Dragon of some sort.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
to
so
me, it
keen,
gave me
though.
more sort of Yamasukami vibes back from Monster Hunter 2. Shout
I
out to
enjoy
anyone else
Monster Hunter
that fought that. Man, I've played Monster Hunter for way too much of my life.
There's worse ways to spend your time.
Things that raised me as a child, my parents, and then second to that, Monster Hunter.
Also on the Garangolm, this is looking like behemoth size to me. Like, this is a very big monster.
He's not that big.
It's close
he's
though,
like-
very close to a behemoth.
It's on 2 legs.
He's not even that much bigger than Zenoga.
No, I think it looks bigger than the Zenoga and what was the
You're thinking
Title
of
monster?
Magnamalo, which was
Magnamalo.
just, it was too
Magnamalo.
big, really.
He's too big. Yeah. Oh my god.
He's
It's
too
so
big.
big. Actually, no. He's probably a little bit bigger than Magnamalo.
He's not, shoot, I just had the monster in my head. I want to say Gamatsu. That's not Gamoth. He's not Gamoth sized, at least. But yeah, he probably is similar in size to Behemoth.
Is he?
I'm
Behemoth was
curious what the
different.
small and large crowns
It's just
for
that
Garangolm are
Rise,
going to look.
the camera. I'm not sure if it's the camera or just things generally look smaller in Rise than they do in World. But like the
Yeah.
player size compared to the monster size, it looks similar to a Behemoth to me.
See, my
Yeah,
problem
I
is that I
suppose
see
if you
this
put
and I
this in a
think
small arena like
he's
the
similar
Behemoth
size to
was.
Magnamalo. He's too big. Garangolm is too big. Confirmed.
That's
He
all
has
that
such
matters.
slow, predictable patterns, though. Like, he's not Magnamalo literally doing flips in midair and retargeting and everything. So, like,
Magnamalo deciding that he's just going to spin repeatedly in a small area and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, hey,
Uh,
you're kind of taking up this entire area, buddy. Do you mind?
Yeah.
No, not that I thought Magnamalo was too big. I thought he was fine. But, yeah.
He's too big. He really is too
If I
big.
had $1 for every time someone said that to me. I would have no
What,
money.
that you were
You'd
just
have no
fine?
dollars.
Yeah, I have no dollars.
What, that you spin really fast and scare everyone away?
That and too big.
See, when Steven gets afraid, he does his Beyblade defense mechanism.
He lets it rip.
Yeah.
I'm shitting at the same time, so I'm spraying everybody.
Yeah, nice. No, I do quite like the look of Garango. I like the look of all of the Guardian. I really don't remember what the title is. All of that group, the Garangolm, the like ice dog, and then the sick like vampire dragon. All of them look super cool.
Yeah.
So I hope that their fights are fun and not just a war of attrition between, oh, Magnamalo swiped me because, you know, he's the size of like 2 houses stacked on top of each other. Time to just continue sipping the good green stuff. But yeah, people can go and watch those. Those are trailers on YouTube. I spent a bit long on that, so we will move on. No More Heroes 3. It's coming to a bunch of platforms, but notably not the Switch.
No, it's already on
It's
Switch,
already on the
and it's
Switch, what?
escaping.
Ah,
It's escaping the
missed.
Switch to go onto other platforms now, which
This
I'm
dude-
Mixed up the
extremely
headline.
excited for.
It's not
Good
coming to
save.
PC though, is it? Oh, it is coming to PC.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's coming to everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
surprising
Well,
because No More Heroes 1 came to the PS3 and the Wii, and then number 2 was just Switch, and now number 3 is coming to everything.
Yep.
yeah.
So
Correct,
what sort of
correct.
game is? I've never played these. What sort of game is this?
They're simple hack and slash games. So the original game was a Wii game originally, and it was kind of like you keep mashing the A button to do your sword swings, but depending on like if you're holding the Wii remote pointing upwards or downwards, you'd be doing high or low attacks depending on that.
Yeah,
And you just
and
had to cut.
And then you had like
Yeah.
a laser sword, and to recharge it, you had to pretty much do like a wanking off motion.
So it's Fruit Ninja with extra steps.
No.
No.
The whole. Have you played any of the Yakuza games? Okay, well, you basically play as a weeb in this game, and everything that you do is just comedic. It's really, really funny, and it's just a hack and slash with comedy all through it.
Yeah, his
Cool.
his lightsaber in the game is literally just something he bought off eBay because he thought it was cool, and now it's his signature assassin tool.
Yeah,
Uh,
and he's,
Well, I'm
quote-unquote
certainly
the number
getting
one assassin in the
Johnny
world.
Cage vibes just from the images on the art.
The main character Travis, the main inspiration behind his design is actually Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Like the main developer loved
makes it
Johnny
even
Knoxville
better.
so much he just wanted to make a character that's like a video game version of Johnny Knoxville.
Sweet.
It's pretty good. Like
Um,
it's the 1 and 2 came to the Switch at the end of last year, and I picked them up.
They're also on PC at the moment.
Oh, they're on PC as well. Oh, wow.
Are
Yeah.
they really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure both games are on PC.
I don't think they are. Oh my god, they are. Oh my god. Cool.
And there's also that
And
bridge
also
game,
Travis Strikes Again,
Travis
yeah.
Strikes. Yeah.
Yeah, you
They're
can
only
skip. You can
$30
skip
at the
that
moment
one.
on PC. Hell yeah. I'll probably buy it.
You can skip Travis Strikes Again. You can skip that one.
I heard it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
It didn't look that good to me.
Nah. Or to be fair, I haven't played it.
It's
so
a
I've heard-
completely different type of game.
Yeah.
It's also double the price, so like I can buy No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2, or I can buy Travis Strikes Again. Like, nah.
But no,
But
it's
yeah,
cool. It's cool.
I-
I picked up 1 and 2 for the Switch for like when they were like 25% off, so I got them for like $20 each. So I'm actually
Pretty
planning
short,
on
I think, right?
playing them pretty soon. I can't remember. I played them both a fair time ago, so I can't remember. And I remember
did.
loving them though.
I think they're a decent length, but not like overly long. Like just like it'd be a good game for the Switch, as I'm getting at, like play on the train or whatever.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah,
suits that type of thing. really well.
The thing is that No More Heroes 3 performs really poorly on the Switch, like technically wise. Like it had a frame cap of 30 FPS, I think, and it drops really badly, so it just needed to get off there to run well.
Oh, excellent.
We don't have a release date officially, but it's just this fall in air quotes. So sounds like you guys are really excited.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Keen.
I'll have to play
Next
through 1 and 2 before 3 comes out.
Up on the list, thank you, Saif. Digimon Survive is gonna have to live up to its name, and it's got a release date, but it's gonna have to survive Xenoblade 3, which I realize we're mashing 2 stories together.
Yeah,
But,
we can do
one-
that. That's fine.
I'm the host. I'll do what I want. One absolute power move of a weekend release. On July 28th and July 20. Is it 9 or 7 for Xenoblade
29.
29. 29.
It's the day after,
29.
so Digimon gets one day
that's
to
even
survive.
worse. Yeah.
Which is like, it's kind of strange because it's like it's coming out to like Steam, obviously, and Switch, but it's coming to the PS4 and the Xbox One. Like, why?
Well, yeah,
Why
it comes.
That's what development hell does to a game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they both were backwards compatible and they'll both run, but like, why?
Well,
Was
realistically,
it delayed really badly? Like,
yeah, it looks like that thing was in fucking hell, and they had to scrap half of one of it out. And it looks like it's like 70% visual novel, 30% gameplay now.
Yeah, that's kind of the statistic that they confirmed the other week.
Which, like, that's the thing though. Like, if they've done all that and it's still an old gen game and it's coming out now, do you really have much hope for it?
No.
I had so much.
It seems
hope
like
when they
a
announced
good game.
It does seem like a good game. I'm just like so cautious about it because of that.
I'll wait a year and then come to Game Pass, and I'll give the official review.
It's an anime game, so like $30, right?
I don't know. Paying more than $15 for a visual novel, it really gets under my skin.
Okay,
bro, just read stuff online. But then at the same time, maybe it'll come out and it'll be very different. And like it does sort of seem like it's got like weird Fire Emblem, those sort of type of game, strategy game type of thing. So maybe that'll hold up. But
yeah,
let's see how we go.
Skip it until it goes on sale or Game Pass. To be honest, unfortunately, I'm keen for the next digital game though.
Doing a cliffhanger much worse than Saif was able to. The second part of that story is that we have a release date confirmed for Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, being July 29th. Good luck, Digimon.
Yeah, the funny thing is about this is that it was originally confirmed to be coming in September, so they've moved this up 2 months. Like, they moved it closer 2 months, and I've never heard of a AAA game doing this.
Yeah.
They were probably overestimating on purpose, and then as people were starting to come out of lockdown, etc., moved up the timeline.
I think this game's just been done, and they've just been sitting on it for a while, waiting for a good time, and they're like, we actually want to make space for something later in the year, so just move Xenoblade up, because the middle of the year is kind of empty.
I'm assuming that they shifted all of their teams off of the graphics department for Pokemon Legends Arceus and just got them to work on Xenoblade 3, so they probably just had a whole bunch more manpower so that they could release it earlier.
I mean, it kind of seems like that they just kind of ditched their work on Pokemon to just go and work on this full time instead. So that's probably why it's getting through faster.
Yeah, but they want to rush.
Still hurts to say that.
They want to rush this one out so they can start work on Gen 9 cleanup.
Got to make room for Splatoon 3.
The UI and the combat and everything that they're shown in this trailer looks so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm really they've got the whole party on screen now instead of like so Xenoblade 1 you had 3 characters. Xenoblade 2 you did have 6 characters on screen, but only 3 were playable. It was like 3 of the characters are your party members and the other 3 are your weapons.
The blade.
But this time it's just straight up 6 party members.
That UI looks so fucking cluttered, but like it looks like
I think it looks good. I think
it looks great.
Good.
Yeah, it's
the whole bottom half of the screen is buttons.
It's on a Switch. Like it's a small screen. I think they've done a really good job.
Yeah.
But they do a good job on the opacity and stuff, and like highlighting what needs to be highlighted and making clear so you can see through the things that aren't as important.
Yeah.
And
just a classic JRPG. Look, put everything on the screen at once. Hope for the best. If you understand what's going on, you understand what's going on.
So what you're saying is more games need to copy the Persona 5 UI?
Yes. Very good UI. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You guys going to get on a release?
Probably.
Not on release.
Probably, but I still need to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I need to finish the other ones.
I don't think they're linear. I don't think you have to play. There is like
but I want to finish them.
Yeah,
okay. If I do this one, then I won't play the other ones.
Then you're definitely not going back. Yeah.
And
I'm in a similar boat.
It's not 100% confirmed yet, but it looks like characters from 1 and 2 are possibly showing up in this.
From the original trailer as well, it looked like they had like parts of the world from like 1 and 2 combined as well, so it's probably linking a whole bunch of shit. So
so even if they're not like a linear thing, 3 is definitely like a bridge that is going to tie them together.
Yeah.
And
we'll lock in I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 takes like 100 hours, so sort of just
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 also takes 100 hours.
Yeah.
Easy.
Set yourself
that's like
get coded again.
Session. Like we'll be right.
Finish a game a month.
A game a month, 100 hours in a month? Nah, mate, I'm not doing that. Oh, I did it in the Elden Ring, actually.
I was gonna say, you did that in Elden Ring.
Yeah,
but that's actually a good game.
Early on, you're on track to do that with Brilliant Diamond or whatever in like a week.
Yeah, that's true. I had over 100 hours in that in 2 weeks, actually.
Jesus.
Disgusting.
I
Yeah.
love Pokemon games, but...
Good luck, Digimon. You have to compete with Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Anyway.
fairly similar markets, too, with the anime shit, but yeah.
Next. Thank you. On the list, we have... I realize now I've lost my place. Thank you for that. We have a report from Bloomberg via Gamatsu that Sega is developing some big budget reboots of Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio.
I hate this. I hate this. I
I
hate
love
this.
it
I
so
hate
much.
this.
Oh god, Jet Set Radio fucking
but
bring
you
it
love
back,
Jet Set
baby.
Radio.
I do, but read a little closer, and they're saying they want to make the games that are big hits like Fortnite, and that just gives me the entire mindset of, oh no, they're going to lean into making these games live service games. Oh god, they just want Fortnite killers. Why are they using their old IPs to do this?
The whole developing big budget reboots of Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio in the pursuit of global hits like Epic Games' popular Fortnite. What? Only a Bloomberg report would write this.
Don't you remember all those fun memories you have playing Crazy Taxi where you're like, man, this is exactly like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of they're trying to say they want to get like things that are really popular. Maybe it's going to be a Jet Set Radio future battle royale.
They're saying the key words for these games are things like global, online, community, and IP utilization.
All of that sounds horrible to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'd be all for celebrating Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio coming back, but if they're going to be live service games, just leave them in their graves.
how would you even do a Jet Set Radio live service game? I don't even understand how that works.
I don't know. That's like such an arcadey single player sort of game that I don't know how you do it.
I mean,
At least in Crazy Taxi, you can just charge people for fuel and road user charges.
Yeah.
well, in
I
Crazy
saw a
Taxi,
decent
obviously, they'll
idea
just
for
keep
Crazy
adding
Taxi
missions
where
and
it's
stuff.
kind of like you have like a bunch of people in taxis, but you have less customers than there are people playing. So you got to try and outrace people, but like also bumping into people, you're still their customers, and then like once they're delivered, someone gets eliminated, and it just keeps going on like a round scale like that.
We don't. We
See,
so
it's
do not
crazy
need
because
more
with the
fucking
introduction
battle royale.
of Uber and Lyft, that's what's happening in real life.
Yeah.
I do not want Crazy Taxi Battle Royale. That sounds horrible.
It does, but at least there's an idea there of like how it can work. I don't know how you could make Jet Set Radio work.
Yeah.
I have no idea how
You might be able to do
make
something
it.
like you know what they've got in like the thing they've got in Horizon, how you got a storm and the sort of circles doing. You might be able to do some weird grinding.
Yeah, but that's the problem though. Like Steve, I agree with you. That's a fantastic format to do it in. The problem is that's literally what Forza is doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it can be
Sega
good if they do it
can't
right.
look at that and go, you know what that game needs? Taxis.
Yeah. Or even with the
Haven't they heard
rollerblade
of
from-
Livery? Fivehead.
Yeah.
I think what they'll do is that they'll release Crazy Taxi and then just add in a whole bunch of like mission packs or whatever, and not have it be an online like constantly like search for a match kind of.
it's a battle pass, but it's just a taxi pass.
Well, yeah, like I think you'll be able to change your taxis and stuff like that, and be able to like get new missions and almost have like a Grand Theft Auto without the fun parts of Grand Theft Auto.
So the Fortnite killer is just a worse Grand Theft Auto. Sick.
Yeah, I have no idea how they're gonna do Jet Set Radio though. It makes no sense.
The last thing I want to mention for this is also in the Bloomberg report is like they're saying that these games are early enough in development that they could still be cancelled if just the outlook for them is bad enough.
Yeah. So basically,
But there's no dislike button. How will they know?
Yeah. I reckon they've literally done this to say, hey, let's just test the waters, and then they're going to be like, oh shit, no one wants this. Like, just why don't they just reboot the games? Like,
and they'll take the wrong message of it's like, oh, people don't want Jet Set Radio or Crazy Taxi.
yeah,
It's
that'll
not
be
they
the
don't
problem.
want this type of game. It's they don't want these franchises.
it's so confusing because it's like clearly they know that there's fans of this IP because they're looking at doing this. Why not announce like something or a reboot to drive up hype and then do something else? Like, why are you just gonna go actively ruin your current IP? I don't understand.
It's so confusing.
It's so dumb. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Move on.
Speaking of actively ruining IP.
Let's actively ruin a re-release.
Also, via Komatsu, Sonic Origins is set to launch on June 23rd for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
Everything.
And not mobile, missing out the mobile market and the Mac gaming market.
So
and
Blizzard said, don't you have phones? And these guys were like, we know you don't have phones, so...
So we have the US prices in these, but doing the thing we always do, I will list these in the Australian prices. The standard game is going to be 60 Australian, and the digital deluxe is going to be 68 Australian. And this is for a package that is just repackaging Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic CD.
Which is funny, because that would make this the... second highest rated Sonic game that they've done in the last 15 years?
Sonic Mania was really good.
Yeah, so it'd be underneath
exactly
that.
Yeah, so that's the only other one in the last 15 that they've done.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
And even then, and even then, that wasn't because they were working on it. That was just because they helped take over a fan project, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally.
No, they had fan developers make an official game, so they fully from day one endorsed it. Like it wasn't like a fan game they picked up later on.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but they literally
so it's funny that anything new that Sega tries to do with Sonic just sucks ass and dies.
Yeah.
And then De Nouveau.
It's gonna have De Nouveau. It's got a whole bunch of stupid things like stupid DLC packs. It's not a great pack, and it fails my Dragon Ball The Breakers test of like it's not worth that 80 Australian dollars.
Yeah,
would you buy it if it had human teeth?
I was looking forward to it.
Sorry, what was that, Josh?
It's a shame because I was looking forward to it. I sort of thought it looked quite good. But
like generally a package of the Sonic games would be fine, but you can get these games on everything as it is. Like I think this will be like the third or fourth time they release Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's a shame.
There's actually nothing new about these besides they're tacked on DLC.
Money, baby.
It's good to be a Sonic
not
fan,
really
right?
much.
No.
No,
it's not.
You reckon they're
statistically incorrect?
You reckon they're trying to capitalize off the new movie and be like, hey kids,
yes. I'm pretty sure this is literally here because of the new movie, because Sonic Frontiers is next year.
I like that their solution wasn't to go, hey, look at our recent Sonic games. It was, hey, look at the good ones. Like,
hey, you kids are probably too young to have played these, but these are really good, and they actually are really good.
Can we get
anything?
Can we get a new port of Sonic Unleashed?
No, no.
I appreciate that it's on the game like back compat on Xbox, but I'd like to play it on one of the things I own.
I want to get Sonic.
Wake me up when Sonic 06 gets a remaster.
Sonic and the Black Knight. That's the real Chad Sonic game.
So Patrick, Sonic 06 is getting a fan remaster that is actually fantastic.
I think we've discussed this actually. Yeah, you're right. One other thing that we briefly discussed, but worth mentioning again, is that we had this collective nostalgia moment that maybe other people will also get, in that we were all reminded of the McDonald's Sonic games that came in the Happy Meals. 20 years ago?
Yeah,
like literally like 20 years ago. Yeah, literally.
I remember it being around the time Sonic Heroes came out, so it's got to be like 19 to 20 years ago.
Oh, Sonic Heroes! That was
literally
a great
put
game.
a photo of them on our socials, so go check it there.
and all I'm saying, if it were me, and it's between Sonic Origins being re-released or just those McDonald's kids toys being re-released, I know which one I'd pay $60 for.
Yeah, same. But it's got to be the full set of those toys.
Oh yeah, $10 each. I'm no chump.
$10 each. That's about the price of a Happy Meal. Yeah. All right, we'll bring them back, Macca's.
yeah. Let's do it. Anyway, next up on the list we have an article from Deadline talking about the Streets of Rage film being in the works.
Yeah, so
I don't really have a horse in this race either, so go on, Saif.
After the Sonic movies did so well, Sega's just like, hey, let's make more movies based on our IPs, and so they're going with the Streets of Rage franchise, which could be interesting. They could like take it in the direction of the Warriors or something along those lines. Not a lot to say. It's just kind of like, hey, they're planning to do it, and I'd be keen to see this. They're doing good on the movie front. So
I don't know
Sega's fucking up their games, but their movies are doing fine.
Like I don't know. It could be really good or it could be very bad. Streets of Rage is like I find it hard to imagine a movie coming out of it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's just kind of
what
like
we said about Sonic 5 years ago.
It could be like a cheesy action flick. It's just they gotta attach a story to the action that's in the game.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
It's worth noticing. It's worth noting that that it's likely that the adaptation of this is scripted by someone attached to John Wick, so it would be quite over the top action.
Yeah, that's also exciting because like John Wick is a proven thing of that's really good. So getting any names involved with that just ups the potential for this.
So Streets of Rage is going to start, and one of their dogs are going to die, and that's going to do the action scenes.
Next up on the list, something near and dear to my heart, courtesy of Gamatsu. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands gets the first of its season pass batch of DLC.
The game just came out. What the hell, man? That's pretty weird.
Yeah, I am skeptical on a lot of this.
That's just the practice of the industry now. Just hold back some content and release it down the road as DLC.
I hate fucking DLC.
It's not even that piece. It's not even that piece that I have an issue because I have issues with that. That's the same as what they did with Jarvik in Mass Effect 3, where it's literally just on disc DLC. Good job, BioWare. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was fucking shit. But the best character as well.
But yeah, true. But this, aside from Tali, but otherwise you're correct. But my issues with this is that so Borderlands has always done, I don't know about pre-sequel actually, but all of the mainline Borderlands games has always done 4 pieces of very well fleshed out story DLC. And the trailer that I saw for this was only really talking about a couple like enemy types that you've already seen before, and then some final boss you get to go and fight. There was nothing about what, like, if there's a story attached to it, if there's new areas, if there's new loot, if that, like, what there is to do. And from reading the Gamatsu article, it seems like there is, but I'm real skeptical of this. Not just because of how quickly after the game's released that they're bringing this out, but because their selling point on the one trailer that I've seen of this so far is, come and do this, you get to fight this boss you haven't fought before, not this is the first in 4 completely new, fleshed out areas of Tiny Tina's Wonderland story DLC that you're going to really enjoy. Because those 4 DLC in, say, Borderlands 3, Borderlands 2 was, again, the high point in terms of what they did. But, like, Mr. Talk's Campaign of Carnage, it was a completely self-contained, excellent...
That was fantastic, yeah. It was like an extra... Yeah, that was so good. Had so many side quests, so many things to do.
Exactly. It's like all of that. And then even Borderlands 3, they did that pretty well. Like the Handsome Casino heist, like all of it is good. I'm just so skeptical that doesn't seem to be the selling point for this one. So I don't know what to expect, and I'm nervous for the other 3 as a result.
Every game has had a piece of DLC that was just an arena mode, right? Like, there wasn't much to it. It was just basically like an arena of gauntlets challenges.
They did that with Borderlands 3 was the first one, because that's when they tried to capitalize on the Battle Royale thing, and they actually did it pretty well in Borderlands 3, but I don't
Okay, because I thought Borderlands 2 had like a Moxie's Arena DLC that was just kind of like...
That was the
it did.
Yeah, that is similar sort of thing.
You're right. It's just, it wasn't part of the Season Pass DLC. It was its own thing.
Right,
it was like,
okay.
It was like you pay for the season pass, you get 4 big expansive areas, and then you can also pay for Moxie's Wonder Dome DLC as well.
Yeah, because this very much looks like the same sort of vein as that sort of thing, because this just looks like they're doing a reskin of that post game you were talking about last week, where they're just like...
Yeah, the Chaos Chambers.
Yeah, it's just basically a new variant of Chaos Chambers with new skins attached to it and a new boss that they're throwing in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, pay for this.
Yeah. So I bought Tiny Tina's with the season pass, and Core Captors. I'll end up playing that soon, really soon. So you're probably going to hear me talk about it next week. But I am nervous. Is all I'll say. Any other thoughts? Because I realized that was just me talking.
Are you going to get it day one, or are you going to wait? Have you already got the season pass, Pat?
Well, yeah, I got season so that's kind of why I'm nervous, right? Because after Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 and even Borderlands 3, they were like, hey, the season pass gives you 4 awesome big things to just go and do, and they've all been really good. So I just looked at Tiny Tina's and went, they're doing a season pass of 4 story DLC things? Done. I'm in. You don't need to sell it to me. And this is the first one? Uh-oh, red flag.
Yeah, no, this doesn't look too great, honestly, just from watching the trailer.
Yeah, so I have it day one, and technically I guess I can play it now, given when we're recording this, but obviously I haven't yet. But yeah, I'm sure will hear back from me on this next week, and I hope it is with good news.
I think I bought the pack with the season pass as well, so I can play that with you, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Anyway, moving on, we have also Gematsu, but a partnership between Lucasfilm Games and Skydance New Media announcing a richly cinematic Star Wars action-adventure game.
Yeah, Skydance is a fairly big studio, but they're just kind of now stepping into doing video games. They haven't released any games before, but said they're working on this, and they also partnered up with Marvel before. So the big takeaway is that the main person behind, big name behind Skydance New Media is Amy Hennig, who has written the Uncharted games and the Legacy of Kain games before. So if you're into those stories, then this might be something to look forward to. It's just, interesting partnership to do, and we'll be keeping an eye out for it, or at least I will be, because I think it could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Hope it goes well. It seems like it's airing more on the side of Jedi Fallen Order, which
also
by
a
all
great
accounts
game.
was pretty good. Yeah, it was a good game. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with that. Next up on the list we have so the next thing on the list is a customization trailer for Saints Row. Now, maybe I got confused as to what this was. I thought the 2022 /delayed Saints Row game was Saints Row 5, but all of the news around this customization trailer is talking about just Saints Row as Saints Row, and I've even seen some people talk about the reboot. So is it Saints Row 5 or is it rebooting Saints Row 1?
I think it's a reboot, but not like rebooting Saints Row 1. It's just Saints Row, like something completely different, but using that name because it's an identifiable name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I love it when I become completely incapable of figuring out what game I'm playing because they decided that, there's a mainline series of these games, but we'll just drop the number and call it, its own thing again.
Do you like God of War, or do you want to play God of War?
Yeah. Those are very different games.
They are, actually.
Yeah, they're intensely different. They don't even fit in the same genre.
And I don't really have a huge amount to say to this. I think I'm probably the one that is going to end up playing Saints Row of Us. I'm a big Saints Row fan, but I never really paid too much attention to character customization. I'm pretty sure the character that I used through Saints Row 3 and 4 was a hulking green man wearing a Cat in the Hat top hat. So all I'm saying is I'm seeing a lot of really technical customization features on offer in this trailer. I won't be using them.
Well, if you'd like to know, you can also try and make Shrek in this game. It seems very possible with the customization that's on offer now.
I'm sure it is. It's not that I went to make Shrek. It was just, I don't know. Me, back when Saints Row 3 came out, thought it was funny to have a very muscular man being radioactively green with white, no pupil eyes and a British voice, and that was going to be my character.
Yeah, that's...
Cat in the hat really makes it, I'm not gonna lie.
that and the signature weapon, the violator,
I know what it is.
and the best part is normally he was walking around in the old stretchy purple Hulk pants, but I realized that if you remove those pants, you just get the censored, pixelated area over the
which was always hilarious to me.
Yeah, which was fantastic. And then so I ran that for a bit. quick segue, don't worry. I ran that for a bit, and the next story mission that I did once I took off the pants was him walking into a diner to meet Kinsey, the very hyperactive tech head of Saints Row 3. And so she's had a panic attack and is hiding under the table. And so there's this naked giant green man with, very muscular and a sensor area over his dick, standing, putting one hand on a diner table going, "Kinsey, I feel very awkward having this conversation." And that memory will stick out in my mind forever.
That's great.
So I haven't played a whole lot of 3 and 4. I played quite a bit of 2, but you couldn't customize vehicles or guns or even your hideout in those games, could you?
Run me through the list. Customize the.
You could in number 3.
I know you can have like a garage full of great cars and like an armory, but I don't know if you could like completely like, for a lack of a better word, pimp out all of your everything in the game, which is where
it's you certainly didn't have the same customization options that this trailer is implying you do, but there wasn't nothing before. It was just a lot less, which again I'm kind of nervous about because you couldn't customize a lot of shit in 3 and 4, but it meant that the gameplay was kind of great. So I'm hoping that this isn't a look at all the different ways that you get to customize your character, and the gameplay's kind of shit, but try not to pay attention to that. Look at you can do an RPG in a guitar case. Haha, it's great, it's fun. So I don't know. I'm hoping that this is just some cool stuff that they're doing, and not this is where the development effort is going.
Yeah, it could be. I'm really hopeful this is just like going in depth of like, hey, this is all like really cool stuff we're doing on top of like a great game. But so do I. Yeah, it's just like it's customization. How much can we talk about really? Besides, it looks really in depth and looks like it's fun to mess around with these things. But the game itself, I hope, is really good as well.
Looking forward to the game. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Next up on the list, we have Xbox and PlayStation going, "Hey, you listener, that's probably struggling with making ends meet and just life in general right now. How would you like advertising?"
Do you like it when we make sponsorship jokes? Well, what if they made sponsorships in Xbox and PlayStation free-to-play games?
But
that's different.
And they weren't jokes.
That's different because if we do ads, we get paid for them. If Xbox does ads, it inconveniences me, and I don't like that.
We don't get paid for them.
In fact, we're paying them.
Although, how sick would it be? So, hang on. So, context for the article. Both Xbox and Sony have I don't know, announced is the right word, but both of them have talked about a system that they're working on to put advertising into free-to-play games. And so people are looking at things like in-game billboards as a way to achieve that in-game advertising. And how sick would it be that you're just driving along and it's just a billboard of us?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be pretty great. But also, I just need to quickly ask, Steve, if this takes off, and the Xbox stocks go up, does that technically mean you are getting paid for these?
Great rebuttal. Do I like earning money to the stock market, or do I not? Do I absolutely loathe a 30-second ad every time I die in Elden Ring? That would send me into the pits of despair. I'd fucking go mental.
Imagine every time someone kills you in Elden Ring, you have to sit through a 15 unskippable ad for like Applebee's.
So the tiny light in this really dire dark tunnel is that they're only talking about doing these in free-to-play games. So like your Fortnites or your Warframes, I guess.
That is sort of the one thing I wanted to mention. The problem with this is that they'll go, cool, this technology now works. Let's start putting it in other games. And the moment they put that in a pay-to-play game, I'm not buying that game.
They won't do it in Halo Infinite's campaign, but they'll do it in Halo Infinite's multiplayer.
If they that's a payable
Josh,
game.
don't worry about that. They did that. They put real life advertising inside NBA 2K.
Oh, I know.
That's right.
Look how well that went down.
That you pay full price for.
Yeah.
They also put advertisements in Street Fighter 5.
That's right. Yeah, they did that too.
It's a good thing I haven't played that. Yeah, no, I'm not like buying a game for like $125, whatever stupid amount they want for it this week, and then just to get ads. Like what? I will play a phone game. All right, Blizzard, let's go.
Yeah, NBA 2K with their real life advertising alongside their in-game advertising was such a kick in the teeth.
But it makes it more realistic to the actual NBA experience. Don't you want a quick?
I cannot fathom the decision making that went into that game.
Don't you want a quick 30-second cutaway of a Snickers ad where they took away the dick veins?
Relevant tweet that we probably also have to
I was
put on the socials
say,
now.
I would say it sounds like you're segueing to something else in the news, and I realized, no, that's not in the news docket this week. It's just a funny tweet you posted in the group chat.
Now for the actually good news.
Might as well jump to that. One quick thing, not good news, but one thing related to this. The player numbers for Battlefield 2042, that game that is technically still a new release because it only came out in like August or something last year, like only 6 to 8 months ago.
How is it a new release? It's nearly a year old. It's borderline retro.
It's not even. It's like that's 6 months old. Not even.
The player count on... You're missing the fucking point. The player count on that game is now lower than Battlefield 1, the World War one, and Battlefield 1, the original.
Oh my
god. Shit.
But is it lower than Babylon's Fall?
I don't know. I think that is like the bottom of the barrel, like knockout fight that I'm kind of curious as to who wins.
The last time I checked Babylon's Fall on Steam, it had 9 people playing. So
it dropped down to 8 the last time we reported on it.
That's amazing. Oh. Wow.
You know what? I'm really curious what made that one person quit.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need to know.
I mean,
they
just went to bed
for longer than...
Babylon's Fall, its lowest it ever hit, April 20th at 5 a.m. It hit 0.
Oh my god, literally 0 people playing.
Flatlined.
Wow, that's horrible.
But then it jumped back up to 39 people at 6 a.m.
Hey, getting on that morning Babylon Fall grind.
What's it currently at if you're on the page? Just for curiosity's sake.
Currently, it's 93 people.
That's higher than I thought. Okay.
So there must be like a weird niche of people that are like, you know what, I'm playing today, Babylon's Fall, and that's
it's the type of people that it would do exactly what I did when I paid $90 for this. Like, I'm getting $90.
The near content is here, I have to get it.
Yeah.
all those people look at that and go, all these other people are missing out on all the microtransactions. I guess I'll just buy them for them.
Yeah. They're like, if I buy it 80 times, then I'll do a Babylon's Fall too, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Do you have the Steam charts in front of you right now? I'd be curious what 2042 is doing.
2042? Give me 1 second.
Negative!
The lowest it hit seems to be 1,043.
Which, for the latest Battlefield game, oof.
Yeah.
And playing in the last 23 minutes is 2,764.
Alright, so Babylon's Fall wins that.
It's just a little higher than Babylon's Fall.
I actually want to point out, because I went onto the Babylon's Fall Steam page.
All-Star Brawl.
All-Star Brawl. Oh, God.
I need to know. How's my baby doing?
All-Star Brawl. Okay, 1 second.
Is she gonna make it, Doc?
My Nickelodeon game. She very sick.
Current players is 18 as of 23 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The lowest it hit seems to be 18, though.
Oh, God, so it's the lowest it's ever
12,
been?
12.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's lower than Babylon's Fall.
It's higher than 0. It hasn't hit 0 yet.
Has it hit 0? It was the lowest at 12. Okay, so it's not 0. I like that I've got one friend that owns it on Steam, and it's Patrick, and we both got it from the Humble deal, and it was still not worth it.
They'll save it any day now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's gonna get the No Man's Sky treatment, bro. Trust me. They're gonna overhaul the game. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna look back on this. We're gonna laugh.
They would have to just delete it and make a whole new game.
They just delete it and replace it with No Man's Sky. You launch All-Star Brawl, it just launches No Man's Sky.
They literally just make it like rock, paper, scissors, but you choose the character that holds the hand, and you're like, wow, this is better gameplay.
I'd like to point out that this supposed Smash killer that is All-Star Brawl, its all-time peak is 472.
Wow.
Yo, Josh, we were part of an esteemed 472 people.
We played it about 3 weeks afterwards. I don't think we were. We were part of probably 20.
That means we're part of an even more elite club.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Steve, you want to join us?
I'll be quite honest, no.
Well, you can't. Get gate kept, bitch.
I think that's for the best. You're doing me a favor at this point.
I think so.
Like,
is there any other live service blunders you want me to look up?
No, we've
hit them all.
We've
hit the holy trinity of them.
wildly enough.
We'll wait, and on the 29th, we'll look up the stats for Digimon Survive.
Zero.
I love how we'll actually just have a bit about like the survival status of Digimon Survive.
Well, it might survive a bit longer because it's on everything, as opposed to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being just on Switch.
Yeah,
that's the Steven take.
That's the optimistic Steven take. Anyway, yeah. We've
I would like to point out that the
Ace
Attorney trilogy has a higher average player rate than Babylon's Fall does. It's 21 minutes ago, Ace Attorney trilogy was at 492 players.
Damn.
Saif.
Yeah.
The number of people that listen to this podcast has a higher player count than Babylon's Fall.
That's true. It's higher than 0.
You know what? You're right. And I think that's kind of sad.
Oh, man.
Anyway, getting back to what the next thing on the news list actually was. This is good news, as Josh hinted at all of probably 10 minutes ago. We have a leak from Nintendo that has talked about Game Boy emulators, which is super interesting. And then further, not just emulating, but according to some of the test, ROMs that they've found in the hack, that they might actually be testing network functionality within the emulator, which would be super interesting. And I'm assuming everyone's mind is going towards Pokemon because that's what
the
mine
NES and
is.
SNES stuff already has online functionality for them, so I imagine it's just continuing that sort of roadmap that they do.
It's I think what's really cool about it as well is that they've also, part of the leak was like I'm gonna forget the name of it because I read the article earlier, but it was like Pokemon Trading Center or something. So it looks like you'll actually be able to transfer the Pokemon out of these games into home as well. Which is like really cool, and I'm really keen. You mean you can actually finally collect every Pokemon on one fucking console for your living deaths?
That would be
It'd
huge.
Be wild. And as someone that still literally plays my 3DS like at least once a week, multiple times a week minimum, just because I have the emulation of all the games that I want to play on it. Like that, this is so good. This will actually finally let me put my 3DS to rest.
To be fair, across
Dex?
Gen 6 and Gen 7, you could make an entire living dex through those two games alone. It's just once they moved to Switch is when you couldn't anymore.
You couldn't do it through Gen 6 and Gen 7 because you could only get Celebi and Menifee in their exclusive games.
No, they did. I
Mythicals
can have a
don't
living
count.
dex because they did those 20th anniversary events for those.
Oh, okay, I don't count the freaking anniversary gift event things. That's a one-off
Not to
event.
mention-
That's not like you can't go
Then
catch
you
that
shouldn't
today.
count Menifee and Celebi in the first place then if you're not counting when they gave them away.
What? Yeah, because I can go actively get a Menifee in Pokemon Ranger or whatever.
Yeah,
and
you
I
have
can
to
go
do it through-
actively get a Celebi in Pokemon Crystal. Crystal?
I think.
Or
Could
you
you
can
get
just
a
go
Celebi
and
in Crystal?
QR code hack
Yes.
them like regular people.
You couldn't get a Celebi in regular versions of Crystal without the event pass, but in the Japanese version you can, and on the 3DS version that they released to the store, you can. That's how I got my Celebi.
All right, I'd just like to request a 20-second moment. Nintendo, just it's just us. Forget about everyone else. It's just us talking. Just us guys, just us gamers, just chatting away. If this goes well, please, I'll buy Switch Online. I'll buy like Switch Online for my whole family. Just bring Battle Frontier to Oras, please.
You know they're not.
If everyone sees that this is going really well and everyone's like, oh man, Emerald's so great, it's got the Battle Frontier on it. Just make it happen.
My favorite part about this is
I'm
that
sorry,
they're
but
like,
this is sadder than the Temtem cope.
He's
my
right.
favorite part about this, right, is that you're like, oh cool, there's the GBA emulator, which will mean Game Boy Color. It'll mean the original like Game Boy games and all of the GBA games. There's no 3DS emulation in this. and you're like, please add this to the 3DS game that no one can play, that is a dead console, that they can't even patch anymore because they've removed the online service.
Don't listen to his lies. Just remember our promise, all right? Just remember what we had here.
I would absolutely love for them to add a 3D. Actually, yeah, you wouldn't be able to collect every Pokemon because there's no 3DS games in it, but it'd be really, really good to, if this goes well, for them to add the 3DS games and the DS games and everything else to this. Like that's,
and then add Battle Frontier to ORAS. I agree, Josh, you're right.
I mean, I would love for that to happen. I just don't think it's reasonable.
So when the Switch 2 comes out next year, do you think they're going to start the entire Virtual Console library all over again?
I swear to God, if they're announcing this, do this exactly what they did with the Wii U. Oh.
The first thing they'll do with Switch 2 is make it emulate Switch 1 games.
Imagine they
corner the market.
It's not even back compat. It's just emulate them.
No, everything is cloud streaming to Switch 2.
Imagine. I was gonna say, I reckon that the next Switch, I'm calling it now on the podcast.
The Switch
is the Switch.
No. I reckon the next Switch. It might be called the Switch, but I reckon that it's not gonna have a game cartridge. I reckon it's gonna be digital only.
No, that's a self-insert fantasy. Shut the fuck up.
No, I don't want that to be the case.
I know,
but I think that is going to be the case.
Do you have any idea how much R&D money went into making the anti-lick coating on Nintendo Switch cartridges? Nintendo's smart. They're not just going to throw that away.
That is. Have you ever licked one?
No.
Yes, and every other Switch owner has licked a cartridge.
It's the first thing I did when I got it.
Me too.
You monsters.
I licked it and I was like, what is wrong with me? Why did I do this?
What do you mean you haven't?
I read the tweet about it, and I'm like, now I have to do this.
Who licks a cartridge?
What do you mean? Did you not see all of the tweets and memes about it?
I did, but why would I lick it? I wouldn't lick an SD card. Why would I lick the Switch cartridge?
If an SD card has funny tasting stuff on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have an anti-taste coating, you dumbass.
I'm the type of person that my dad was like, here, stick this batter on your tongue and tell me if it's got charge, and it would like shock me when I put it on my tongue.
I did that too,
cool.
because parents make fun of you for doing that.
Yeah, but like it's the same mindset. I'm not going to change who I am just because I'm grown up.
Your parents didn't tell you to lick it. You just did it because
the internet told me to lick it. Yeah, the internet told me to lick it.
How does it feel to have the Josh take of licking cartridges?
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
I will come to your house and make you lick that cartridge.
Have fun dying alone on that hill of yours.
Yeah, I reckon. One day you're gonna meet like the person of your dreams, and they're gonna be like, "Have you licked a Switch cartridge at the aisle?" And you're gonna be like, "No, why would I lick the Switch cartridge?" And then they'll just leave. They'll leave you at the altar.
Isn't the marriage ceremony just licking Switch cartridges? You may now lick your Switch cartridge.
That's why they call it licking the nut.
Right after we're done recording this, I'm gonna go ask Trinity if she's licked the Switch cartridge.
The answer will be yes. I'm gonna message her to tell her to say yes.
It'll be the first time you message her on Discord.
It will be. It'll absolutely will be, and it'll be worth it.
All right, two more to get through. Stay strong, guys. Second to last for this week, we have an article from pressstart.com talking about how in Call of Duty Warzone, there is now an integration with Godzilla Operation Monarch. I actually don't know what this means. I don't know if this means you play as Godzilla or King Kong, or if they're just kinda there, because it seems like the team that has Godzilla and King Kong on it probably will win. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, so does anyone know how they handled the Attack on Titan thing?
The Attack on Titan
was just a skin, I'm pretty sure.
It's just a skin. So in the...
So this will probably just be a skin as well, I imagine.
How do you do a skin for Godzilla and make it person-sized?
No, so forgive me, God, for saying this, but in the Call of Duty Warzone verse,
oh god,
you can be Levi, whatever his name is, and you can kill Godzilla or King Kong.
Please don't say Levi or whatever his name is. He is Levi.
But you can dress up as him and then kill King Kong. This is all like stuff that they've scrubbed from like a PlayStation backend update, so we don't really know what it's going to be like. But
Steve, I would like to direct your attention to Fortnite, where you can play as Naruto and floss over Will Smith.
Yeah. I don't know, but Fortnite, you kind of expect it. Like maybe Call of Duty, you don't. I don't know. I don't play enough Call of Duty to know, but fucking strange times. So we reckon we're going to get to like one point where it's just one game and just everything's in there, so it's no longer a crossover.
No, I think Call of Duty will still continue to try and battle.
What you're talking about is the
Fortnite.
quote-unquote metaverse that Facebook is trying to make, and that sounds like a living nightmare.
So you mean VR chat?
Yeah, basically.
So there's this movie called Ready Player One, right?
Yeah, so VR chat.
Yeah.
Surely eventually we get a Fortnite Call of Duty Warzone crossover, and then as part of that crossover, it means that we now have, like, you know, there are so many possibilities in there.
Fortnite of Duty. Call of Fortnite. Call of Fortnite Warzone, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Having fun
They'll just
doing
call
this
it
to the
like,
sound of crickets?
Call of Duty : 14 days.
That was a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Call of War Night.
Alright, we could be.
Why does it sound like a fucking Marvel movie title?
Yeah, it
Jesus
does.
Christ.
Yeah.
You could do Thanos did a snap and like your Call of Duty Warzone character goes.
Call of Duty Warzone goes.
Sorry,
So Thanos in Fortnite snaps.
Sorry,
Deletes your Warzone character.
sorry, XX_420 blaze it. I don't feel so good.
Naruto's like, oh no.
No. It doesn't wipe the game. It just wipes your save data in progress.
Well, that's
Your whole console just disappears.
the prestige is the Thanos snap. The snap.
Half of all the V-Bucks in transit right now just get deleted.
Inflation sets in.
It's actually a magic trick. What they're doing is that they're making your player the exact same number as what the current people playing Babylon's for.
Anyway, finally on this list, lucky last, we have.
Go on, you can do
You
it.
don't know how to handle this, do you?
It Takes Two movie enters development at Amazon. Dwayne Johnson may star.
From what I
then
read, he seems to be a
Subtitled
producer
Sonic
on it.
the Hedgehog film. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog film writers are also on board. So he may star, but the production studio is his $7 production.
I want to point out that this is the first time I've ever seen his name written without The Rock in the middle.
Yeah,
And it's really strange to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that you've mentioned it,
When you said like Dwayne Johnson, I was like, who? And then I
Who?
read it and I was like, oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, that's really
It's
strange.
It's like saying Steve Austin and not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, right?
it's like saying take it, not Josh take.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing this. Nothing is official as of now, they say, but yeah, Johnson will apparently serve as a producer, although he may also star.
Do you think it'll win an Oscar?
Well, one game of the year, so.
I reckon it'll get someone slapped.
Yeah, if Will Smith is in it, we'll see how we go.
I was saying it more so because the guy that directed these games famously went on stage at the Game Awards and said "fuck the Oscars."
That's great. He's just gonna be like, it's gonna win the Oscar, and he's gonna be like, keep my game's name out your fucking mouth.
And then they'll say It Takes Two, and then it'll be him and Chris Rock, and they're going to do this like real powerful moment, and they're both going to say keep our
Fortnite dance
game's
together.
name out
It's
your
gonna be
fucking
Rock
mouth.
Squared then.
I'm sorry, I don't want Chris Rock taking what's rightfully Jeff
Rock
Keighley's.
Squared is great.
Ninja and his braless wife.
Giving him a
Join
sandwich
forces.
that he didn't ask for.
I am so lost on that. What?
Oh, it's just Ninja
It's an
put out a
old meme
tweet
now.
where he
yeah.
put out a tweet where he like seemed to brag that his wife came and gave him like a sandwich and chips while not wearing a bra, and he didn't even ask
Yeah.
for it.
It's like an old meme now, but it was just an out of the blue tweet from Ninja saying,
It's like,
how's your day going? Because my braless wife just handed me some chips and a sandwich that I didn't ask for while I got a double kill bot lane in League of Legends, so my day's going pretty well. And everyone just went,
good
What
job
the
for
fuck is
bragging to
wrong with you?
12-year-olds.
How does someone play League of Legends and have a wife? Like, clearly there's a lie.
It's a lie, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Either way,
Wake up,
now
Ninja.
it's
The
just
accident was
popular
5
to
years
refer
ago.
to.
so what type of sandwich do you reckon Ninja would eat? Would it be like a
Just plain bologna.
A hot
No,
dog.
no.
Because a hot dog is a type of sandwich.
It would be a Royale with cheese.
Do you reckon it would
Put a
just
pound
be
of
like
cheese.
a piece of white bread rolled up to look like a blunt or something? Is that a sandwich?
What?
Why?
I like how you're half describing like a Southland cheese roll, but you're like, but it looks like a blunt.
It's how tight you wrap it and you've got the little thing at the front.
Hey, a little. You know those pigs in a blanket? Are they a sandwich?
They're closer to a pastry.
I'm trying to think of what the whitest sandwich would be, and I think Ninja would eat a toast sandwich.
Toast sandwich.
Yeah.
What's wrong with toast sandwiches?
Butter.
Toast.
No butter.
Okay, no butter. Okay, that's psychotic. Good. Oh man, toast. Oh, hot buttered sandwich,
mate.
Fuck yeah.
Just dips the bread in water and goes,
And it's on like
spicy.
The taste of plain.
And it's on like brown multigrain or something, and he has like a little seed stuck in his tooth, and you can see it when he's like video thing, but he's not.
He's just screaming in pain.
Well, he doesn't notice it. So
Is it like when the popcorn kernels get stuck between your gum and tooth?
Yeah, but he can't notice it though because all of his teeth have them in there. So it's just seeds, and you're trying to tell him like, come on, big fella, you've got kernels in your teeth, but he's not listening, so you're getting more and more frustrated. Then you just leave.
Yeah, well,
thanks for listening.
These hypothetical situations that go for far
sucks
too
to be
long.
Ninja. All right, and we've finally got to the end of news for this week. Bit of a bumper news section there, but that does leave us with a couple final things before we see this massive episode 20 off with a bang. First one of which is the audience question. Audience question for this week. Elon Musk writes in asking, what is the most absurd but specific peripheral that a company could launch alongside a game? They gave an example of the April Fool's joke, so a bit of an old audience question now, that Sony did, where you could wear the VR goggles to actually do an underwater level at your local swimming pool. I don't know. Anyone have any thoughts on this?
Well, since this is Elon Musk asking, I'm gonna say the Teslas, where you could play on their dashboards, just any old game on those. That seems a bit weird to do in the middle of a highway.
Well, it's that they could launch. So that's something they have launched, isn't they?
I feel like it's more like think of a game that is coming out. What is like just some absurd but specific to that game peripheral that the developers could also launch alongside it?
Oh, I just remembered one that was like also a gag one. Are you guys familiar with the Senran Kagura games?
Oh,
No.
big fella, I'm
Yeah.
begging you, don't go where I think you're going.
So along the same lines of like the VR displays, they did this gag where they had like VR goggles, but like the boop mouse pads pasted on top of them that you could squeeze and touch.
Oh,
And
God.
And it was they like lined it up to like match with what was going on in the game. It was so stupid, but also really funny.
It sounds
That's
like
something they
the
actually
Forbidden
launched. That's
Bop It.
hilarious.
It was just like a mock-up gag video, not something they
okay.
actually did.
All right, so
funny.
my one for this would be a card game comes out where it releases with a deck of cards that is 1-to-1 matching any card that you have in the game. So
That's sick.
you
man. I
shuffle
would
the
use
cards
that.
yourself, and then you just you deal the cards out.
So that's
it means
also
that you
being
just-
done.
Has it actually?
I would like to point you to the direction of the PlayStation Eye game on PlayStation 3 called Eye of Judgment, where it was a
That's
battle
so
card
weirdly
game.
specific. Why do you know that?
Because it was really cool and no one's done it since.
Oh, fuck.
It's really cool.
Well, I'm glad that there are other people out there with like the same interest as I have, because I think that would be sick and still absurdly specific to a game.
Yeah, it was
Shoot,
like
need
it
to
was
think of something that doesn't exist.
yeah, Sony made like an AR card game that like it was just the one time they did it, and it looks really cool. I wish more AR trading card game projects took off because they had really cool ideas.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay, I've got it. They do the Lost Guardian 2 or the Last Guardian 2, whatever the game that Donkey hated was. I think Last Guardian.
Last Guardian, yeah.
Last Guardian, right?
Last Guardian's
so they
great.
do
Oh.
yeah, no, we've been through this. So the studio releases the Last Guardian 2, and it actually comes with your own 30-foot tall giant dog that doesn't obey any laws of physics.
And doesn't listen to you either.
Yeah, and that's the peripheral you have to play the game with.
So
Boom.
my one is going to be that, like, the new Sonic game, right? It launches with boots that Sonic wears, and to move Sonic, you have to run on the spot as fast as you possibly can, and he moves per step that you take. But it doesn't come with any, like, way, so you have to jog on the spot. And if you jog away, then you can't see the screen.
All right. So like there's an expansion to that one where it's the giant red plunger that speeds you up. But you can get two of them and put them at either end of your room and just run back and forth.
So you just get bounced between them. That'd be so good. They give you an actual loop-de-loop as well.
I hate when I get stuck between the springs in Sonic. It's so annoying.
Comes with real spikes.
There's like Elden Ring, but it's like a suit that you wear where if you get stabbed, something actually stabs you.
Jesus. I like it though. Saif or Steve, any thoughts?
I need a moment to think.
Okay,
Steve,
I'll do my shitty one. So I reckon like a game where like you have to drink a potion, but it comes with a cup or something, and every time you got to drink a potion in a game, you got to take a drink out of the potion in real life, but it's like weighted, so you have to always have it filled up. So you can
it's like that, but it's absinthe only. It comes with absinthe.
Yes. Oh, I was going to say so you can stay hydrated, but yeah, sure. Let's just go for the
let's go with that.
the any % alcohol poisoning run. Right,
Give
Seth.
me like 5 minutes.
Right, Seth. Thinking time's over. You got to be ready now.
Shit, I got nothing at the moment. all my ideas will be like, here's the gag for Senran Kagura, and let's shit all over Patrick's idea because someone's already done it.
It's Grand Theft Auto, but it gives you a gun.
And you're in Brazil.
You're in Brazil. Oh god, no! Let me out.
It's just the plot of Total Recall, the South Park episode. What's the episode name? It's a ripoff of Total Recall, but that's not what they called it.
I don't know.
Shoot. Either way, excellent South Park episode. Butters walks around with a VR headset thinking he's in a game, and he starts just fucking beating people at IRL.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So good.
So, right, you got Super Mario Sunshine, right? But what if you had to activate blood? You had to use an actual fire hose.
You just have to, and you have to point it at the console so the sensors pick it up. Like,
spray the sludge off your TV.
It's pretty good.
But if you're playing one of the Souls games, and you know how they're famous for their swamps, but like they just turn your house into a swamp.
Your room becomes Blight Town.
You're playing Forza, but you have to drive your actual car against actual race cars. So like if you own like a Yaris or something, you're fucked.
Everyone on
that
the
was oddly specific, Josh.
I wonder where
everyone
I got the
else on the highway is a driver's tar.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to wear VR goggles to see what you're doing, so you can't see the road. Like,
don't worry.
Street Fighter 6
just like.
Sorry, you go, Patrick.
You guys.
No,
okay.
No, keep talking over each other. That's better. That's what the people are here for.
Just like IRL, when I honk my horn in my Yaris, it makes the Teams notification sound.
I love the notification sound one, man. It's so good.
So, Street Fighter 6, right? But every time you load up a match, you got to fight an actual black belt.
You just get your ass kicked every time for the tutorial.
But someone has done someone's done that though, haven't they? Wasn't there an app that was like a meetup app, but it was to fight people?
Yeah, it's the Tinder one.
Oh, holy shit!
It was like a Tinder one. It was called like what was it called? It's like
I don't remember what the name of it was.
Beta or something. But like if you swiped, you had to meet up and fight the dude.
Yeah, you swipe right or left on prospective opponents.
Was it actually real though? I thought that was a weird.
Yeah,
meme.
no, it was real. Yeah, it was in. I think it was in the England and US somewhere, and then it got taken down for obvious reasons.
Damn. So we started this segment with me telling Patrick something he said existed. Now Patrick's telling me something I said existed. I think that's a good way to cap this off.
It's perfect. It's the beautiful circle of life.
Okay, what about this one, Stephen, right? What if you buy Fallout, right?
I fucking knew it.
And then you get this thing that you put on your wrist, all right? And you have to put your phone in it, but your phone doesn't fit.
And you paid like triple the amount of money for it. And then you realize that it's Pokemon. It's Happy Meal quality toys. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I deserve this.
Yeah. I'll never let you live it down. All right, I'm done.
That should be your reaction anytime you buy a Bethesda game, no matter how much it is.
Wow, that's a horrible take.
Yeah, that's a Josh take.
That's not even a Josh take. That's like subhuman take.
That's a Seth take.
Yeah.
My take specifically for Bethesda.
Let's leave that there. We're getting close into criticizing Bethesda territory, which means you're criticizing Microsoft, which means that might impact my shares. So I don't like where this is going.
And as a podcast that's going to be sponsored by Microsoft in the future, we can't really have that.
Thank you to Telon Husk for that audience question. There we go. Got the silence back. If you or someone that you know has a question that you think would be humorous for us to completely not answer for about 10 minutes, feel free to let us know. We are on Twitter at Fast Travel Lounge, -1 of the L's, Facebook at Fast Travel Lounge, or you can good old-fashioned email us on fasttravellounge@gmail.com. I feel like I need to have a better way of doing this, but from the following list, rating, subscribing, liking, following, messaging, telling someone, getting told by someone else, recommending, leaving a review, leaving a comment. If any of those apply to the platform that you're currently listening to this on, feel free to do that. It all helps us spread the good Fast Travel Lounge message. For next week, very, very quick, because we've really gone bumper on this episode. Big things to look forward to. Sounds like we've got Elden Ring, Last of Us Part 2, Tiny Tina's DLC. Saif, there was something that you were hinting at. Ace Attorney 3.
Yep.
Josh, what are you doing next week?
I should hopefully have... actually, I think I get the PS5 the same day that we record. So maybe GT7?
Oh, wow.
I will find something.
So sorry you can't record next week. You're sick, big fella. Classic.
No, I'll probably
really aiming for that 50-50 rate on appearance.
Yeah, apparently.
You can't even use the...
no, I'm obviously going to be playing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl and Babylon's Fall. see you guys there, all two of you.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that if all of us decided to play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, we would make up 20% of the player base.
Oh my god, we would. Oh, it's almost worth it.
If all four of us played Babylon's Fall, we would actually increase its player count by 33%.
Wow.
We have the power.
I will also give you a review on Hell Let Loose.
Oh, nice.
Sounds good. Anyway, thank you for joining us for this bumper episode 20. Really kind of a cool moment that we've hit 20 episodes. I don't know, just seems like a big milestone of a number. Anyway, thank you for listening. I've been Patrick. I've been joined by Saif, Steve, and Josh. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Happy birthday, Weed.